We got out of Washington State, and I think a week after, state went on lockdown for COVID.
So then when we transitioned to Texas, it was very much so like, what are we going to do now?
Operation Homefront has allowed our family to make something of ourselves again in the world after military.
It's completely changed the way our life is. It took us from a hopeless situation, and now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Visit OperationHomefront.org to learn more.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 miles of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
When it comes to prescription medications, it's essential to apply safe practices to protect your health and safety. To avoid misuse and abuse, never share or borrow medication. Keep your prescriptions out of the wrong hands by storing them in a lockbox and disposing of medication properly. Finally, understand your prescription information. Don't be afraid to ask your pharmacist and doctor for help. And if buying prescriptions online, be sure to use VIPS accredited pharmacies. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Laura, the guys really went to town on that leg of lamb.
Yeah, thanks, Amy. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it.
Something's wrong. I know you too well.
Jim's company is cutting his salary, and he may even get laid off. He doesn't think we'll be able to afford the mortgage.
Oh, Laura.
If you think you may be in danger of foreclosure, call the National Foundation for Credit Counseling at 866-687-6322 or visit mortgagehelpnow.org. That's mortgagehelpnow.org. This has been a public service from the NFCC.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
3 people are hospitalized after a Sunday evening vehicle crash in Walnut Hills. The accident happened near Gilbert Avenue and Oak Street. Injuries suffered by the victims are described as serious. Cincinnati police are working to locate a man suspected in the shooting of a child in Winton Hills Friday night. The shooting happened near Craft Street and West Avenue. Quincy Thomas is wanted on a charge of felonious assault. The victim's injuries are described as non-life-threatening. Police are continuing to investigate a fatal crash that happened early yesterday in Cincinnati's East End neighborhood. The crash happened near Lunken Airport at around 2:15 a.m. and resulted in the death of 28-year-old, the driver of the vehicle. That person's name has not been released. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says alcohol was likely a contributing factor in a deadly Sunday motorcycle crash. 47-year-old Robert Schulz was riding without a helmet when he crashed near Dixie Highway in Duffield Lane. Schulz died at the scene. And the Reds took 2 of 3 to end the weekend against the Cardinals in St. Louis. That included a 5-3 extra innings win on Sunday. I'm Heather Pasco on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The Lincoln Ware Show is on.
In 3, 2, 1.
Now.
Right now.
Than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane. Lincoln, Bobingan, Bonana, Pineapple, Fingan, Feed, Fine, Momingan, Lincoln.
They say this cat Lincoln is a bad mother. I'm just talking about Lincoln.
Good morning, Cincinnati. Welcome to 1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, the Lincoln Ware Show, till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And boy, what a busy weekend it has been. Man, I still need some sleep. I need some rest. And hopefully I can get some later today. I still got stuff going on. But board meeting at 2 o'clock. And anyway, I'll get some rest soon. But what a weekend, what a weekend. And we were not in the national spotlight this year. I mean, yes, this year. It's Seattle that has picked up the national spotlight when it comes to violence. The Space Needle, shooting near the Space Needle. They had this big food festival. And it was a shooting. And now Seattle is in the spotlight, not Cincinnati. And that's good. And I don't think we had anything that was major over the weekend downtown, in the downtown area. So everything was good. Everything was good. Festival was pretty good. I know Charlie Wilson barely made it through, man. And boy, he was walking very gingerly. He tried to get up and do a little holy dance. And yeah, man. And they never did do a close-up on him. I don't know whether his mouth is twisted from the strokes or what, but they never did zoom in and get a close-up, say like they did Lettucey, and the rest of the performers, Mary J. and stuff. But you didn't see a close-up. He stayed behind that piano for the most part, and he got through it. I would probably say that was his last visit to Cincinnati and the music festival. You probably saw Charlie Wilson for the final time if you were at the music festival on Friday night. Yeah. And let's see what else. Boy, a great Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. That was great. A lot of people down there. Man, if I had to take one more picture, I tell you. And then one lady, you know, I always tell y'all to be camera ready. One lady had the camera, then she did a 10-second countdown. So I had to sit there and smile and watch the thing count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and I'm still smiling. 5, 4, 3, I'm still smiling. 2, 1, and then the picture take. I'm like, 10 seconds? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, boy. And the fist bump pretty much went out the way this weekend, but Sharon kept some hand sanitizer handy because I sure did need it this weekend. Oh, I shook a lot of hands, I'm telling you. And, you know, I like the fist bump, but people, maybe they didn't get the memo or something. I don't know. And I signed off, as you know, I've been going on that music festival stage since the mid-'70s when Dino Santangelo was ahead and Joe was just the assistant, his brother. And I've been doing that since then. And, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm tired of doing this, going down there, dealing with the acts backstage. Like Mary J., you couldn't even come anywhere near the stage when she was on there. They blocked it down. The police set up a perimeter. You can't even get, and we were supposed to go on stage right after Mary J., but you couldn't get there. And, you know, so anyway, it was my last hurrah on the stage at the Cincinnati Music Festival. I've said it before to people off stage, but I said the only way they're going to really know that I mean this is for me to announce it on the stage. So I did that. You know? So now maybe they'll believe me. Maybe they'll believe me. Then Sunday, down on the square at the we played the soul classics on Sunday, and guess who came out of hiding? Lo and behold, the real Terrence Howard was on the scene at the square. We actually saw him out in the public. Yes. He didn't know how to act. He didn't know what to do. Then he sat down by the fountain, and he didn't know what to do. And then he was up again. He was walking around, but Terrence Howard was in the house. Yes. I was shocked when I saw him. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he was there. The real Terrence Howard showed his face. Yes, a rare occurrence. And I saw the members of Heat Wave. They were staying at the same hotel. Omarosa was in town. Saw her. She was in town. And Shirley Murdoch. And, boy, it was just a great event. Yeah.
So when you host next year, Mr. Ware, how do you think it's going to go down?
I'll be up there watching, enjoying. I will be enjoying the whole event. Yes. I might be able to have me one little drink of Crown Royal while I'm down there, you know? Because I'm afraid to drink before I go on stage. And it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock before we went on stage. So I'm sitting there, you know. I had a beer, but if I didn't want to forget what I had to say. So too many Crown Royals, and I'll get up there like, what was I supposed to say? Huh?
This will be you, Mr. Ware.
Shut the chocolate!
That would be me? Okay.
That'll be you, Mr. Ware.
Okay. But anyway, but it was a great weekend. And that 513 festival, man, boy, they were jam-packed. Let me tell you, the food lines were jamming and people were selling their merchandise. And, man, walking through that 513, I had to grab Sharon's hand. I said, if one person gets between us, I'll never find you again. It was so I grabbed her hand, and we made our way through the 513, Cincy 513 down there, and it was something else. Bomani does a great job every year. Those vendors are knocking at his door. They're probably calling him today, booking for next year. Yeah. Because, you know, the permits to do that stuff have to be in by February. And apparently, the Seoul Sensi, I guess, didn't get their permits by February, and that was the deadline. Now, I was listening to the show on Friday. Everybody, man, they keeping the black. But you got to go check the detail. You're supposed to have your permits ready by February. And so when he didn't get them in, it was too late. May is when he tried to get them in, and they were like, it's too late. You can't do this now. This is my understanding of what happened. He got his permits in. He applied for the permits too late. The cutoff was February. He came to them in May, and they said no, but he kept promoting, and he put the vendors in a bad situation, the food truck people, because he kept saying, we're going to do it, and then the last minute, we're not going to do it. But they had told him no permit in February, even in May. In May, they told him that. And so, I don't know, all the commotion going on, and the square, they still had food trucks down on the square. They were minority-owned, black-owned, women-owned, and the whole bit. So, I mean, I don't know what the big uproar was over. From what I have seen, my conclusion is that the city administration was not at fault. That's my conclusion. Now, you might say, you got a wrong conclusion. But when I looked at everything, I put it all on the organizer of that food truck parking lot court that kept leading the vendors on like it was going to take place when he knew it wasn't going to take place in May. And here we are in July, and they're still buying food thinking they're going to do it. So that's my understanding of what happened. And if there's a misunderstanding on my part, somebody needs to correct me. If not, that's the way I see it. If I'm wrong, call me and correct me. And I'll say, oh, okay. That's what if that's actually what happened. But according to the city manager, what I've read and everything, I saw the city manager on, when was it? Saturday. And that's what I see happen, that too late applying for the permit, and they said, no, we're not doing it. But the thing, the food truck vendors still thought it was going on. So if I'm wrong, somebody call J. Rod and tell him to call me and tell me I'm wrong. Okay, So, hey, I listened to both sides of the story, and I've heard what I think are both sides, and that's my conclusion. That's it. I'm sticking to it until somebody says, you're wrong, Lincoln Ware. This is what happened. The city dogged him out, and this and that. No, and I'm sure these are facts, what they're telling me. I'm sure they've got the documents to back it up. All right. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, boy. Mitch McConnell's absence is now stalling key votes in the Senate. This is ridiculous. Put him down as not able to perform his Senate duties. Resign so they can appoint somebody to take your place. It's ridiculous that he's hiding out somewhere. Who knows what shape he's in. And as long as he's not out there holding the press conference, people are going to speculate. They're going to speculate. That's what they're doing. So we'll see. We will see what happens. And how long are the Republicans going to let him get away with this? How long is Trump going to let him get away with this? All it's going to take is Donald Trump to call Mitch McConnell out, and then we'll see something. You know what I mean? They're so afraid of Donald Trump. If he said, Mitch, we need to see you, or he may know more than we know. You know, he may have called Mitch and said, oh, boy, he's not able to, you better stay tucked away. So I don't know. Until we hear from the person who thinks he's God, Donald Trump, we probably won't know anything about Mitch McConnell. No. All right. I think it's time for me to take a break, and then we'll come back. We've got other stuff to talk about, and we want to talk to you at 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. It is Monday, and we got a whole week ahead of us. A lot of things going on. Okay, we finished with the music festival. Omega Sci-Fi is coming into town. They're ready. I saw a few of them down at the festival. Are y'all ready for us? Are you ready? I think we're ready. I think we got enough liquor stocked up at the bars around downtown, liquor and food. I think we got enough for you. Let's take a break. We'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships? Look no.
Oh, boy. I was shocked that he went to Philly, I tell you. I am absolutely in shock. Thought he was going to Golden State because of his family. Glenn Jones? You talking about Glenn Jones? Huh. You didn't know that. You didn't even know that was me, because if you did, Twin, you would have said something. You didn't recognize me at first. I was right there in the crowd, and then I heard your voice, and then I turned around and caught you off guard.
Twin, somebody got a video
of what?
Of his brother. I think it was his brother.
The shoes with the shoes. His brother was everywhere.
We're clowning his shoes. Good gracious, man. Is that how you doing in Chicago? Chicago's supposed to be ahead of the times. We're supposed to be behind the times here.
I love those shoes, man. It got that Cadillac emblem on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the ladies that filmed it didn't love it. They were talking bad about him.
They was hating.
It was.
They was hating.
That's what they wish they had shoes like that.
Yeah, they were hating. They were hating. I saw Jerica on Saturday at the hotel. Yeah.
Uh-oh, Jerica at the hotel.
Jerica was at the hotel.
Oh, boy.
Had a drink in her hand, too.
A drink?
Yeah.
At the hotel?
Yep.
Uh-oh. It went down at that hotel.
I don't think she's on here yet. I don't see her on there. She might be. I don't know. What's up, James Muhammad? Assalamu alaikum. James Muhammad called me. I guess Heat Wave was trying to get in to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and I guess the Nation of Islam handles security down there, and James Muhammad wouldn't let Heat Wave get to the Black Music Walk of Fame to get their star. He calls me like at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm barely turning over. Lincoln, do you know anything about Heat Wave? I got these guys in the van, and they trying to get to, they say they Heat Wave. I said, let them through. Let them through. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that was funny. I'm like, who is this calling me? And it was James Muhammad. Yeah, twin. They was behind me as we were leaving the stadium Friday night, and I heard this talking. Man, yeah, man, you know, man. And I'm like, man, who is? I turned around, it's twin and his brother. Oh, God.
It's time. Do whatever it takes, no matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Did you miss something? Catch the rebroadcast. Do it again. For the full schedule, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
.30 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. And before we go to the phones and take your calls, let's go downtown to the Crime Stopper headquarters and check in with Detective Tiffany Green. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning. Welcome back.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gone Friday. That is right. I was gone. Yeah, it is good to be back. And did you work this weekend? I think you did, right?
I did, but, I went to the festival on Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Okay. All right. Okay. Did you enjoy yourself? You like Mary J?
I did.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite performers. She's the reason why I went.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I thought you were there for Trey Songz,
No. You know what? I had left, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I left after Mary.
Yeah. All right. All right. Who are we looking for today?
The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is looking for Jeremy Oldtaker. Mr. Oldtaker is wanted for felonious assault. Jeremy Oldtaker is a black male. He's 39 years old. He's 5'11" and 170 pounds. Jeremy Oldtaker has an arrest history of corruption of a minor and theft and was last known to live on Gatewood Lane in Silverton, Ohio. The Cincinnati Police Department is looking for Thomas Riddle. Mr. Riddle is wanted for felony theft. Thomas Riddle is a white male. He's 44 years old. He's 6 foot and 165 pounds. Thomas Riddle has an arrest history of drug offenses and disorderly conduct and was last known to live in Dayton, Kentucky. Listeners, if anyone has information on where police can find Jeremy Oldtaker or Thomas Riddle, please call Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040 or submit a tip online at crime-stoppers.us.
All right, 352-3040, night or day cash money for your clues, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be with you all week.
All right. That's good. That's good. We'll talk to you.
All right.
All right. That's Detective Tiffany Green, who was down there, and her favorite was Mary J. And then she just got up and left after Mary J. Yeah. Yeah. All right. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. And let's see, who will we start with this morning? Let's start with James. James, how are you?
Good morning, Mr. Lincoln. How you doing, sir?
I'm hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Good. I was the one to reach out to Pharaoh. I was having to just drive down on Madison Road. Mm-hmm. It's right there on with the bowling alley right there. I seen a Riviera there.
Okay.
So it's an all-white Riviera. So if Pharaoh, listen, it's an all-white Riviera. You can call, see they want to see anything for you or how much they want for it, anything like that.
Well, I think he's done with Rivieras now. His favorite car was junked, and he's still upset about that. I don't think any other Riviera could replace that. But anyway,
okay, I wanted to reach out to him, so see if he want to come in, go check it out. If you want to check it out and everything. But yeah, my offer is still for Bob Evans 30. Call in and place that order for you, and then it's gonna be a carryout for you.
Okay, what day? What day?
Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. I'll be there.
Okay, all right. Do I ask for you?
Yeah, you can ask for me, and then just place your order. Just place your order and everything, and I'm gonna pay for it for you.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your call.
All right,
all right. Yeah, Bob Evans breakfast. How about that? Unbelievable. All right, let's go to Reverend Peter Mingo. What's going on, Pastor Mingo?
Hey, Lincoln, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. What's up?
Just want to let everyone know and give a shout out to all of those who supported the Peace Bowl on Saturday. We had 11 games at Western Hills High School. We had 11 games, and that means 22 football teams came out and played their hearts out. The young guys from the ages of 5 years to 12. We thank the parents for coming out. We thank our major sponsors, Talbot House, and also Chin Dukwe. We thank Brother Chin.
Yes.
Coming through and helping out the kids.
That's good. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot in the community that people really don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to commend Chin and Dukwe for what he's doing out there in the community. A lot of people do stuff and they just don't pat themselves on the back and let you know about it, but they're doing stuff.
And so we thank the parents that came out. We thank all of those who supported us, and there was not one incident
Well, that's good.
all day long.
That's great.
Close to 4,000 people coming and going
Unbelievable.
all day long with not one incident.
No shootings or anything like that.
No shooting, no arguments, maybe a few questions about certain calls at the goal line, but other than that,
yeah, okay. All right. That always happens.
And we thank God for each and every one of those who brought their children out. We thank for the parents that came out and supported the children, and we thank God for everyone who supported us in this event.
All right. Thanks for your call.
Thank you, Lincoln.
All right. There you go. A peaceful weekend at the Peace Bowl. Remember they had that game and people, shootings and everything at the Peace Bowl. Right outside the Peace Bowl, there were shootings. It's just crazy. Kids out there trying to play football, trying to get involved, and you're outside the gate shooting. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? I think the only shootings we really had over the weekend was up in Winton Terrace, I do believe. I was sort of disconnected all weekend. Didn't see a lot. But I did the biggest shock to me over the weekend was at the sighting of the real Terrence Howard. A sighting of the real Terrence Howard down at Fountain Square. Yeah.
Mr. Ware, I was down there to support you, Mr. Ware. I was there, and I caught a glimpse of Glenn Jones. It was a fantastic time to be outside.
Yes. A lot of people were there. A lot of out-of-towners were sitting out there in the audience. Let's see, from Pittsburgh. We had Chicago. Chicago was in there tight. We had Louisville. We had St. Louis. And I forget, it was so many other cities where people were out there, where they were from, and they were out there just to enjoy some entertainment. And it was pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Want to hear from you on the – oh, yeah, they did have a shooting – This is and I passed by that spot where the guy was every day on 71 North. The guy outside there with a gun shooting at cars and stuff. Yeah. Right on 71 North near Red Bank. How crazy is that? Jeez. It's some crazy folks out there. I'm glad they caught that guy. Jeez. Man. People have lost their minds. Well, there's more changes in Washington, D.C. The National Mall. And Trump has got his fingers in this. Part of the 250th anniversary of the United States, they're going to have a Freedom 250 Grand Prix. So around the National Mall, they got to shut down streets and build up a Grand Prix track. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Washington, D.C. is first it was a wrestling. Now it's the Grand Prix. Oh, my goodness. What else is Donald Trump going to do to upset Washington, D.C.? That's why he doesn't want control of Washington, D.C. to go to Democrats and blacks. He wants to be in charge of Washington, D.C. And now the question is being asked, is the Congressional Black Caucus forgetting about the black working class? And that's a good question. Yeah. Former congressional candidate Morgan Harper argues that recent CBC endorsement in Michigan exposed the growing divide between the political establishment and the black working class. Is that true? Yeah. Is there a divide? Yeah. And that's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. Are they forgetting about the black working class? Ask yourself that question. I mean, has anything happened in D.C. that in any way, shape, or form favors the black working class? I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's a good question. All right. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 513-749-1230. That's my number if you want to jump on board. It's the Lincoln Ware Show, 1230, The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz wants you to buy Black 513. Black Americans have over...
Nancy Mays is trying to get rid of the Black Caucus because black is in the title. Yeah. Lincoln, did anyone do a tribute to Peabo Bryson at the music festival? Well, no, they did a tribute at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. What's her name? Sang the song with him. Show Me. What's her name? She had a song called Show Me also.
Is it Regina Bell?
Regina Bell sang the song. What was that song she sang with Peabo? The Disney song.
A Whole New World?
Yeah, A Whole New World.
Yeah.
She did that with Vincent from A Second Wind. And Vincent did a hell of a job. Of course, Regina Bell is Regina Bell. But Vincent, I was shocked that Vincent did such a great job.
Yeah.
I was totally shocked that Vincent did a hell of a job with Regina Bell. Thank you, Jerica. I was just mentioning you, Jerica. I ran into you at the hotel. She had a drink in her hand.
Yeah.
She wasn't feeling any pain either, I believe. She was talking. But she does that all the time. So I guess maybe she could have been feeling no pain, or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, boy. Her boo is related to Heat Wave. So they were all there. It was after the award ceremony. So all the Heat Wave was down there. She says, I'm a talker. Yes, she was doing a lot of talking, that's for sure. Yeah, Aretha did a great job. They said Adina Howard, she didn't cut up like people thought she was going to cut up, and get all sexual. I think she did that her one hit song that had, I guess, some sexual stuff in it. I don't know. I'd never heard of anything from Adina Howard. I wouldn't know her. If you played her right now and say, who is that? I wouldn't know. But she did sing the one song, but other than that, she didn't get raunchy or nothing like that.
I think you know that one song, though, her biggest song.
I do?
Yeah, Freak Like Me.
Okay. I have to hear how it sounds.
Okay.
Maybe I just don't know it. I've heard the song, but just don't know that's who it is.
Yeah. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
I think maybe she did that song. But nobody said she got real raunchy.
Compared to what I hear nowadays, she's mild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a little controversy about her appearing on the square, but apparently no problems. Yep. Dina said she was banned from show business. Pharaoh had a food truck selling neck bones and lima beans. Oh, boy.
Situation. And now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Visit OperationHomefront.org to learn more.
You're listening to The Lincoln Ware Show.
Unbelievable.
On your talk and information station, 1230 The Buzz.
1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And let's see. I guess Full Force did okay down at the square. Didn't hear anything negative about them. So, everything on the square was pretty nice. I didn't go up on Elm Street. I didn't get up there. Did you get up there, Terrence Howard? I thought you were making your rounds since you were out on a Sunday afternoon.
No, I got home as quickly as possible, Mr. Ware.
Okay. All right. Unbelievable. All right. Vernon, what's on your mind this morning?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I'm hanging in there. What's up?
Yeah, Friday night was great. I hung out like on Friday night, was downtown. That was all the music and everything was nice. And Saturday, Mary J did her thing. It was a really good weekend. But I did see twins' brother shoes on TikTok. And, I got a white Cadillac. I'm almost thinking, but I don't think I can do that.
You don't think you could get shoes with a Cadillac emblem on the shoes there with a real Cadillac emblem? This is,
Yeah. I'm sort of wondering where to get them from.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I'm glad it seemed like everybody had a good time. Like I said, we had a great time. The club section is very nice. Did you get there?
Yeah. I did pop in there. I was there. I went down Thursday night. I was down at the club section, but I did get down there on Saturday night also.
Now you can't quit because they have to at least get your name right when you're talking. They had your name wrong on the jumbotron.
What did it say?
The guy that was after you.
Oh my God.
They got making words up there, but that's not his name.
Oh boy, unbelievable.
You didn't know that?
I don't look up at the screen while I'm talking because I'll forget what I'm saying.
I figured one of your handlers would have told you.
And nobody told me that. Nobody told me that. So I'm glad you did. I'll have to check with Sharon on that. She didn't even tell me that.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they kind of, I don't know, the whole thing with the food trucks and everything. I did pay attention to how many, black vendors was down there after that whole episode.
Yes.
I could just say I was under the impression that he found out at the very last minute that's what would have happened, and all these people that bought all their food.
Yeah.
But if he was still advertising that all week, all year long, knowing full well that there wasn't a permit, then that's between him and those people that spent their money.
Apparently, from what I read, in May when he applied, they told him no in May.
Yeah,
and he proceeded to promote it anyway.
Yeah, that ain't good. And I ain't trying to knock a brother, but if that's what he did, that wasn't cool. But other than that, man, I had a great time downtown, and City did his thing, and saw one fight. It was one of the funniest fights you'd ever seen in your life. It was like a woman getting beat up in slow motion by another drunk woman.
Oh, boy. Gee.
And, when you see, like, guys, when we see two women fight, we, figure something's going to pop out,
Yes.
That time I was
hoping nothing popped
unhappy
out.
that no, I didn't want to see that. No,
Yes.
you could have kept that. That was horrible. We ain't game off and everything.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
I know she woke up the next day and was like, yeah, your girlfriend beat you up.
Oh, man. It's always great to see a girl fight, though. You know what I mean? It's sometimes you just hang around when the two women about to fight. You just want to see which wig is coming off first.
That wig came off, and it was like a slow-motion beatdown. And then it's like, we know each other, and the cops just sent them separate ways. Like, y'all just get out of here, So, yeah, I'm quite sure she woke the next day is like, you beat me up. So, yeah. But it was a great time, though. Me and my girl had a great time.
Vernon,
and her family came in and had a great time.
What do you think about Netanyahu coming to town to talk to Trump about the war? What do you think?
He's going to convince him to do something else stupid. He's convinced him to start this war. We're apparently running out of ammunition. We're running out of everything. They're lying about how many soldiers have been killed. They're lying to the United States. I trust Iran right now more than I trust our own government.
Yeah.
He's going to come in here and convince him to do something else stupid. Because apparently, he doesn't, he'll tell you in a minute. He'll trust somebody else before he trusts his own generals.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know nobody in the military that wants to fight a war that there's no way in hell you're going to win.
Yeah.
You will never, ever, ever win a war against somebody who's fighting because of their beliefs and because of their religion. You can't win that war. You kill the head of that one, they got the next one. His son, apparently, is crazier than the daddy.
Yeah.
What do we do? What are we accomplishing when there's like 20 deaths that we know of?
And apparently, we're running short on missiles and things like that. Our stockpile has diminished, it seems like.
They're selective. I saw that last night. Depending on the type of drone that's coming, apparently we know if it's a big drone or a little drone or whatever. Maybe we won't shoot that one down. We'll let that one land.
We're letting we're letting the little ones go through, and we're knocking down the big ones because our stockpile is diminishing, and I don't know how soon we're going to restock it. But we don't have this endless amount of weapons over there that Trump would make you think we have.
Yeah, so it's a mess, and I think between that and one thing I'm gonna tell you. You watch, Mitch McConnell's going to turn up dead on the 3rd.
Oh, boy. I don't think he's going to turn up dead. I don't think he's going to turn up at all. But we'll wait and see.
That's when they can't replace him, is after August the 3rd.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay.
I'll talk to you.
Thanks for your call. Vernon says he's going to show up after August 3rd, and then it won't be enough time to replace him, and they'll just leave the seat. I don't know. I think Trump wants him in there for that vote. He wants somebody in there for that vote. And I don't think they want to go to the end of the year with no one in there to vote. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. All right, we've got Twin, Bill, Pharaoh holding on. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll talk to you. Vernon's line is available if you want to jump on that at 513-749-1230, 1230, The Buzz.
Every weekday, 12:30 The Buzz has you covered. Let's go! With new entertainment and
Oh, you were there, Michael? Okay. The Black Music Walk of Fame was fantastic, outstanding production from top to bottom. get Jay and someone from the city on the phone so that we can hear what he has to say. Well, I think the city has released their statement on the thing, so nobody's coming on from the city. They released a statement. They told you that applications for permits for the music festival ended in February, and he didn't put his in until May, and they told him no, and he kept promoting it, and that was it. That's their statement. Now, if it didn't happen that way, J. Rod is free to call. He's free to call. You're right, Cam. The city's not talking about this anymore. Now, I don't like scotch. I'm not a scotch drinker. Seeing women fight is not entertaining. It's a street fight, whether it's a street fight or if it's with Layla Ali. Oh, boy. The city isn't talking anymore. You're right about that. That's like saying America's running out of cars. So he was still accepting vendor fees from people and false advertising, creating a racial panic. Self-invested, I don't know. You said that, I don't know. Why wouldn't he need a permit to have the event? You need a permit to have those events because you got to have electricity and all kind of stuff. You just can't find a parking lot and bring some trucks in there and fire them up and go. You know? Yeah. Oh, boy.
By AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The voice of the community. We are 1230 AM The Buzz, your talk station.
.1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you, and I was leaving the festival on Friday, walking up the hill, going back to the hotel room, and I heard somebody, Maine, hey, Maine, what's up, Maine? And I turned around, and it was Twin and his brother. And what's going on, Twin? How you doing? How's my?
No, I'm not that smart.
How is Trump's favorite black Republican doing? Twin, is he asleep?
Hello, Twin. Wake up.
I can hear somebody breathing.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, no, my bad, man. My bad.
Yeah, he was asleep.
Hey, yeah, man, I was asleep. My bad, though. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good seeing you Friday, though, man.
Yeah, you tried to slip up behind me, but I caught you.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was probably slipping there.
I keep my head on a swivel.
I couldn't complain. One know, how it was last year. And had that hair under control. Prayers for the little girl, she got shot at Winton Terrace.
Yeah, I know. Why always a kid gets shot up in Winton Terrace? Why? What's going on up there?
One of these goofies from some area probably came through there, needed target practice and messed around and shot. But she, it's a non-like threat. She cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I can't complain. I see Tuskegee University, Lincoln, they stopping them bonnets and all that. Where you hear about that?
What happened now?
The university, the Tuskegee University.
Tuskegee?
All them students with them bonnets, they said, no.
You
gotta
kidding?
look it up.
You're kidding.
Look it up.
So they stopped them from wearing bonnets down there. That's good.
Yeah.
I hate to see women in those bonnets. If they wear a bonnet, they need to be at home. They need to be at home with those bonnets on. I hate to see women out in the public with those bonnets on. It just drives me crazy.
Man, they just got a fresh do, though, Lincoln.
I don't care. Well, Well, if you got a fresh do, let everybody see your fresh do. Don't cover it up.
Hey, well, you have stuff polluting in the air and all that.
Oh, my God. Gee. I'm glad. You said that was Tuskegee that did that?
Yeah, I think it was Tuskegee.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Congrats to Tuskegee for stopping those. And look, they're like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old.
Yeah.
They don't need to be wearing bonnets because then they're going to graduate and still wear them. So stop it. Stop it now.
So you think the city was right about what they did with J. Rod?
Well, according to their statement,
yeah.
Let me say this again. According to what the city is saying, if it's true,
yeah,
then I think J. Raj might share some blame in this thing. If it's true, what the city's saying.
Nah,
if it's not true, like I say, y'all folks know J. Raj. Have him call me and tell me they're lying, and we'll let him say it right here on the radio.
Well, man, as a player, he should have did a player move. He should have moved around in silence, man, and did his thing.
Well, see,
find another spot. They can't. I mean,
they can shut you down. Now, if he had just opened up somewhere in a lot without anything, they would have shut him down. So
there's ways around.
That's not a player move. That's a fool move.
No, it ain't. That lady, I thought that one lady, what's her name? Sweet Treats, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought she opened up shop somewhere. Wasn't she part of his
Well, I think
too?
she was able to get her permit or something. She was able to do something. I don't know how she did it. Maybe she went with somebody else, went in with somebody. I'm not sure.
All right, then. Be safe, man.
Hey,
going back to sleep.
All right. Thanks for your call. That's
right,
Twin was up all weekend and trying to get some rest. Unbelievable. And unbelievable. City looked good, and it's hopeful to see so many entrepreneurs. I mean, they were down there. But you talk about Bomani. He's been doing that 513 festival right outside of Paycor Stadium for at least 15 years or more. And, man, he's got them lined up all the way down there, and they're making money. Trust me. They're knocking at his door to get a spot in the area where he's located. They're calling him today, trying to get in for next year. And he's lining them up now for next year. It's unbelievable. All right. Let's go to Bill. Bill, how are you today?
I'm a little tired. I really enjoyed the festivities Saturday. I was a little disappointed because Heat Wave was inducted. It was basically the wives of the two deceased brothers that accepted the awards, as well as their mother.
Yeah.
And one member, that's the original member left, is the white drummer, Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only original member left. I didn't recognize Billy Jones.
I think, Billy Jones was there. He's an original member.
But he looked unrecognizable. He had a beard, mustache and everything and all that, compared to what he looked like before. He's the Wildest cousin, by the way. He's not an original member.
Oh, he's not?
He was added. Now, he was added after Eric Johns left. That was the replacement for the guitar player that was killed when he went back to Chicago, Jesse Whitten.
Well, Jerica says he is not the last original member living. So I wish Jerica would call in and explain it because I don't know. I
read album cover jackets, and I mean the first album, Too Hot to Handle. He had a dedication to Jesse Whitten. He was a guitar player. I saw Unsung on them, and they used to be called the Chicago Heat Wave. Then they dropped the Chicago part, and it stated that Jesse Whitten went back home to Chicago, and he was murdered. And I mean, after his death, they added 2 guitar players, Eric Johns and Billy Jones. Eric Johns left because he got married, and Billy Jones stayed, but then they replaced Eric Johns with
Okay.
Roy Carter.
Okay. That's too much information on this group.
All right. I'm gonna move on.
But let me. Jerica say her uncle Billy was one of the original members. She said you're wrong. He was definitely an original member.
Billy Jones?
Billy somebody, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe she'll tell us.
Oh.
Bill, okay.
But anyway, Midnight Star got off.
Yeah.
I tell you, they put on a great show, and they autographed my album, and I'm very happy. I really enjoyed myself.
Well, that's good.
So, and you didn't play my
I didn't play any.
yesterday.
I didn't play any requests yesterday. It was some other things going on, and I didn't get a chance to play. But this week, whatever you put in, it'll be in there this week. All right. So
I ain't making no requests this week.
You don't need a new one. You don't need a new one. I'll use the one you had last week.
Yeah, and I used Midnight Star, Midas Touch, because you told me to come up with a backup because you didn't agree about the Commodore's Old Fashioned Love.
Right.
And that was a single release from their album Heroes.
But did it do anything? Everybody can release a single, whether it's a big hit or not is another thing. I got to run, Bill. Appreciate your call.
Bye. All
right. Jeez. He gave us the whole history of Heat Wave. Unbelievable. He could have been on Unsung, Tyrone Dubois was there on Saturday, and he got a influencer award. Tyrone Dubois. Yes. But if you know him from Cincinnati, it was Tyrone Dubose. Yeah. All right. Yeah. They moved to California as Dubose. When they get to California, all of a sudden, Dubois. All right. Let's move along. 513-749-1230. Lincoln, we're with you. We might as well go to news, and then we'll come back on the other side. Coming up at noon today, Dr. Kappa, the urologist, Dr. Kappa, he's going to tell us about Hegseth and all this testosterone that he's going to give to the servicemen and the effects of testosterone and what it could do for our U.S. servicemen if they find out they've got low T. And what they will do to do it. Hegseth, he's going to make them all take the little blood test to see where their testosterone levels are. Unbelievable. Let's take a break. We'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
12:30 a.m. WDBZ, Cincinnati.
Brenda Harris, you off today? Right, Casey Kasem. Bill was Casey Kasem. Okay, when will we get some Amy Acton commercials? When? Because they're killing her with commercials. Okay, now she says Billy did replace Eric Jones, and Bilbo passed years ago. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Hegseth's friend owns the testing company. Yeah, you're right. Somebody's going to make some money off that. Yep. Oh. 1230 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati. So you can't let those folks tie you up like that. They will tie you up in conversation, Terrence Howard.
Well, I'm doing some customer service. He was trying to track down some winnings.
Oh.
And I'm trying to help him out. So
some winnings.
It's part of my job, Mr. Ware.
Is he going to share those winnings with you?
No.
Okay. Not. All right. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And let's go to the Pharaoh, then Tony and others holding on. And we'll talk to you also. Pharaoh, how you doing today?
I'm all right, Lincoln. Lincoln, I've heard Brent, and the guy who called in earlier. I can't understand, why do people have such a fascination about me and my Riviera?
I don't know. I don't know why they have such a fascination.
I had 450,000 miles on that car.
450,000 miles.
And I
That's
could
a lot
have
of
had
miles.
400 more thousand on it if I had it. That's the shape I have kept my car in. I've always kept my cars in good shape.
Yes.
Because I've always believed if you take care of your car, it'll take care of you.
Yes.
I remember when I was driving it to Tucson, Arizona, 2,187 miles, one way. I was coming through Texas, and I stopped at the gas station and said, get your gas here, do whatever you're doing for your car, because the next gas station is 125 miles through the desert.
Yes. Well, that's when you used to see those signs that says, last chance beer before the freeway.
So anyway, so what I did, I passed cars, all broke down, because, see, on the side of the expressway, nothing but cactuses, sand, road runners, armadillos, that type of thing.
Yes.
Run across the expressway, So the sand is right there, right there at the expressway. Rattlesnakes. But I didn't worry about it because I took care of my car, so I know it would take care of me.
All right.
And I've done that way with every car I've had, but I can't understand why people have such a fascination about me and my Riviera.
You're just a fascinating guy, Pharaoh.
The other thing that I called about is I hear a lot of people talk about our youth, our young people.
Yes.
How they're off the chain. How we as parents and grandparents, how we drop the ball and that kind of thing. We never drop the ball with our children. You know what my theory is, Lincoln, why our children are so off the chain?
Why?
It started, my theory, it started back in 1969 with the music. Up to that point, Lincoln, we would listen to our parents to some degree, to a whole lot of degree, for that matter, up until 1969. That is when our children started going crazy.
Well, what happened in 1969? What happened?
What happened was the music, and it started with a record. Really, 4 records.
Oh, what were those records?
The first one was It's Your Thing.
Oh, you can do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do. It's your thing. No matter what a person would do, no matter what your parents would tell you about A, B, and C, it's my thing.
Yeah.
I do what I want to do. No matter what you did.
Well, they say that song
was what they were saying.
They said the Isley Brothers actually did that song for getting back at Motown because I guess they got out of their contract with Motown, and they were saying, it's your thing. Y'all do what you want to do. We're going to do what we want to do.
That's right. That is what changed the generation.
Yes.
And then after they made that song, here comes, Charles Wright, 103rd Street Rhythm Band. Yeah. Do your thing.
Yeah.
In 1969.
Okay.
Also, too, in 1969, here comes Marva Whitney. It's my thing. I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
See? All of this is influencing young people. And then in 1971, I believe, here come Isaac Hayes from the movie Shaft.
Yes.
Do your thing.
Yes.
You know? Now think of this. And this is what caused the generation to start going crazy after that. It just started going from worse to worse to worse to worse each generation.
Yes.
And now they're off the chain. But it started with the Isley Brothers, It's Your Thing.
All right.
I do what I want to do. See? Now think about that, Lincoln. Prior to 1969, we listened to our parents, what they told us to do or not to do, to some degree.
Yeah.
But after that, 1969, that was when, as they said, black folks, the parents, we dropped the ball. No, they didn't drop the ball. The music changed.
Okay. Well, people
And that's
still
what
blame,
started
and they
children
still blame
going
music
crazy.
on the way they act today. They still
Right.
blaming the music.
But it started then because of that, it's my thing. I do what I want to do. See? You
Unbelievable.
can't tell me who to sock it to.
Right.
You know? See, that kind of thing. And it just went from bad to worse.
All right.
And that's where it is right now.
Thanks for your call. All right. I always heard back in the day that Motown was Isley Brothers were upset with Motown because they were off the Motown label for they had a cup of coffee at Motown. The Isley Brothers did, and they were just telling Motown, "Hey, it's your thing. You want to." You want to give somebody else a contract. You don't want to give us. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to give your contracts to. Is pretty much what they were saying. That was the word. That's what they say. But it may not have been. You know how people, make assumptions and things. But you can even find that somewhere in the history of the Isley Brothers. It'll say that. It was at Motown. But I thought it was maybe somebody wrote the song. They were upset at their girlfriend because she was giving that thing to somebody else. It's your thing. You can give it to this guy if you want to. I can't tell you who to give that thing to. That's my impression of what the song was talking about, So I don't know. I don't think it was telling kids, don't do what your parents do. You can do what you want to do. I don't think it was saying that. But according to Pharaoh, that's the song that changed it all in 1969. Too bad we can't play that song right now. But anyway, let's move along. 513-749-1230. Netanyahu coming to talk to Trump. A lot of people in America will want to tell Netanyahu, get on the plane and get your butt back to Israel. We don't want any parts of you here in the United States. It's because of you, gas prices are up where they are now. Trump getting in this war with you. That's what a lot of people would like to say to Netanyahu. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go to Tony. Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hey, Mr. Ware. You get your rest.
Okay, Tony, am I on speaker or something? Because you sound horrible. Hello, Tony.
Did you get your rest?
Yeah, I got my rest. Tony, are you on speakerphone or something? Are you on a speaker or what?
No, I just cut it off.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, continue.
Yeah, did all the WCIN alumni show up?
Oh, yeah, everybody was there. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I can remember, what his name was, Everett Court.
Well, Everett Court passed away a few years ago. He wasn't there, but his family was there. His daughters were there.
Okay.
Yes.
How about my good buddy, my friend, Savannah, the subtle sensation?
Say what now?
How about Savannah, the subtle sensation?
Savannah was there. Yes, she was there. Edna Howe was there. Tracy Hunter was there. So many others. The Real Deal, Mark J. Neal.
Mark J. Neal.
TC was there. They all were there.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
good. I was under the weather. I couldn't make it. I wanted to get there. But me and Savannah, we formed a friendship. And she had invited me back in the studio one day.
Okay.
And we took pictures back there.
Savannah was there. Yes, she was.
I was wondering if she was still in town because I haven't seen her running around and about.
She's still in town.
I know I seen you one time downtown, and you were telling me, I asked you about her, and you said, well, her brother worked right over there.
At the Westin. Her brother worked at the Westin, yes.
Yes.
All right. Is that it, Tony?
Yeah, that's it, sir.
Okay. Thanks for your call. Call again, Tony.
All right.
Okay. All right. As Tony asking about some of the old former WCIN DJs. We had news people, Edna Howe. We had news people there, salespeople. Joe Sears was there. He was known on the air. He was on the air, too. Joe Suede. And those who couldn't make it somewhere on video, Jimmy Wonder. Let's see who else. Boy, just a whole bunch. Jockey Jack Gibson, his family was there. So many of them was there. It was a great occasion. And, of course, John Thomas, the last owner of WCIN. I worked for the first owner and the last owner of WCIN over the years. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Elijah. I was talking to a person from Mississippi yesterday about you and the Hebrew Israelites. Yes.
Oh,
He said he's free. He said he's not in captivity.
Well, I mean, some people, they prefer not to believe the highest evidence in the universe.
Yes.
And to me, it's a simple practice of being flesh and logic, and that is whoever is displaying the truth, and that truth can be duplicated and it never falter, that's got to be the one that's telling the truth about this whole thing.
Oh, boy. And what is the truth? The truth, is the truth going to do anything to us right now? Is the truth going to save my life? Is it going to make a better life for me?
Happens, yes. I mean, just knowing that lies are going down to destroy the truth and life means that the more life is promoted for what it is, the truth, it keeps on doing this thing. And then, the Creator is not going to lose no way. He's never lost, never will. But it's just amazing to see this planet and the way they brought me up and educated others, contemporaries, and to see how idiotic and backward it is. I mean, Lincoln, only thing they did was came and copied darn near everything we did and said and gave it back to us with their version, but they have nothing to present but lies and trickery and deceit.
Oh, boy.
So when y'all say you're in captivity until you can return back to your home, you are, because you got to start with yourself.
We're in captivity until we return back to our home. Now, tell me again, where is our home?
Our home, as we call it right now, is Africa, the Holy Land.
Okay.
So there's no doubt about it. And otherwise, Lincoln, like I said, all thing they did was took and copied our books and forced some of our writers, scribe writers, and changed the game up and put some glitter on it, which is why they like Hollywood so much. Anything to do with lies and fantasy. And our people, Lincoln, it's amazing that as smart as our people are, as wise as they are, they're very foolish right now. They caught up in the mystical BS.
Oh, boy. Okay.
The Matrix. In other words, you saw the movie The Matrix.
Yes,
This is like, everything they portray in their films is to show what they did to trick us, and what they want to do is keep you asleep, keep your memory dead, and then they can have a field day with you.
Well,
Boys and
I don't think
girls,
going
men
back to
and
Africa.
women.
I don't think going back to Africa is gonna set me free.
Man, I mean,
It
just
might
to-
set
just
me
to-
back. I don't know, but
I mean, just to put my feet on the same land where the Creator.
okay, I've been there. I did that. I didn't feel any different. Like I had been released from some prison or something when I went to Africa. I mean, it felt good to know you had ancestors. You see people over there that look like people over here. You see it all the time. You know?
But the only thing was missing is you didn't know the truth, and you was traveling without yourself.
Oh boy. Oh.
I mean, think about it. I mean,
I do know the truth. They captured us and put us on a ship and sent us over here. That's the truth.
And then they educated you, which was more of the ass whooping.
No boy. No boy. All right.
And then our people became. They went along with the madness, and then sunk into that slumpy mire. So Lincoln, I'm telling you, man, like I don't want to be known as somebody who called in like a crazy. He's talking about Hebrew
Well,
Israelites.
you're doing that pretty good. You did a good job of that.
Well, I mean, but I'm convinced because when I study a thing, and I know it, just like I was in the spelling bee, and I beat out a lot of people from studying words, real deeply. When I know a thing, I will advance it. I will promote it, and so I know the Most High is the most important being to us in the universe, and I'm not going to promote that.
Okay. Spell reunion.
REUNION.
Thanks for your call. And I asked him that because the Black Family Reunion, presented by TriHealth, is giving one lucky family a chance to win a one-day family reunion gathering. How about that? Up to 40 members of the family will be treated to a DJ, dinner, customized T-shirts, and you get a private area in the park. It all jumps off Saturday, August 15th, 1 to 6 p.m. If you want to register to win, go to buzzcincy.com. That's buzzcincy.com. I thought it was thebuzzcincy.com. It is thebuzzcincy.com. They didn't have the up here on my sheet. Thebuzzcincy.com. Go to that website and you can register to get 40 of your family members and have a little mini family reunion right there, and it's all free. It'll be all free. You won't have to get, put a charge on there. You know how they do when you have family reunions. You got to pay for this and that. But this will be all free down there at Sawyer Point. So do that now, thebuzzcincy.com. Register for your chance to win. We'll take a break right now, then we'll come back. 513-749-1230. It's the Lincoln Ware Show. 1230, The Buzz.
Cincinnati. Want to stay plugged in with 1230 The Buzz and get the inside scoop?
Grown-ass man, a spelling bee. He said he used to be. I just figured I'd use him to segue into my spot there. Oh, dear.
Well, he was happy to do it. So.
Yeah, he was. He was happy to do it. Yes. Free ain't free no more. Okay. Yeah, I was listening Friday. Everybody was upset, and that's why the city needed to hurry up and put out a statement on that those vendors and everything. And then everybody went, oh, and I'm sure it's more to it than that the city's not even saying. But there you have it. All right. $40, that's it. Yes, 40. 40. That's a lot of. I'm sure 40 of your favorite family members. We didn't say the whole doggone family with, your 40 immediate family members like your mother, father, sisters, your cousins, a few uncles. I mean, you could get 40, and that'll be a nice little party. Jeez, I tell you. Never satisfied. Never satisfied, Jerica. 40, is that all? Oh, my God. What do you mean I got my cape on for the city? Spivelli, the Don. What do you mean I got my cape on for the city? I do my own laundry. Thank you very much. I don't have an iron. I use a steamer. I mean, we have an iron, but I don't use it. I use a steamer. Why you ask? I was used to doing my own laundry in the Marine Corps, and I just kept doing it. She loves it that I do my own laundry. She loves that. She loves that. I didn't watch it, but I know I got to hurry up and get my tickets to get to the game. This weekend, I visited Coleman Crest Farms in Lexington. Maya is a sixth generation of the Coleman family. The family has owned this farm for 135 years. It was an amazing time. I hope Maya enjoyed herself down there. Jerica says, let me win, and the reunion will consist of my Buzz family members. Well, I'm not going to let you win, but you're welcome to register to win. Yes. Oh. Free water should have been given to anyone who wants it instead of paying $5 a bottle. If they'd sit there, tails down, and actually try to do the work for the city instead of the photo ops, perhaps they wouldn't continue to drop the ball all the time. The HBCUs are also banning do-rags.
Next.org, a public service from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
1230 The Buzz, WDBZ, a Radio 1 station.
The Laffy Taffy, the Laffy Taffy, the Laffy Taffy, the Laffy Taffy, or whatever. 100. Listen to me, 100.3. 1230 The Buzz today. I'm on 1230 The Buzz. You know, you move from one station to the next, one day to the next, you forget where you are sometimes. 1230 The Buzz. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we've got a lot going on. I want to get your comments on the festival. What did you think? Were you downtown? Did you go to the square? Did you go to 513? Did you go up to Elm Street? How many people checked out Elm Street in front of the convention center? They had that going on up there. Yes, right there at Elm Street. Did you check that out? Did you check out some of the outfits people were wearing? Oh, boy. Jeez. And I did see a few thongs, too. Unbelievable. You know, they had them so short, they had a thong on under them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, you could just go somewhere and sit and people watch downtown during the week. I mean, during this past weekend. There were some sights to see, let me tell you. Some sights to see. The Space Needle in Seattle. Shooting that left 3 dead. They had a big festival this weekend up there, food festival, and man, I tell you. Unbelievable. Authorities searching for a second suspect who they believed opened fire at the food festival in Seattle, killing 3 people and injuring 4 others. What about the guy that drove through the Pride Parade I think it was Germany they had it. The Pride Parade, he just drove the car through and, oh, man, I tell you. I think he was a former member of ISIS. And he went to one of the ISIS camps and they sent him back. I don't know. But it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's go to Lindsay. Lindsay, how you doing today?
Hey, Brother Nigga, how you doing, man? It's been a minute.
Yes, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just want to take a break from writing my book. I didn't do none of the festivities, just to let you know that.
Oh, man. Okay. Why didn't you? Why didn't you?
I'm doing my book. I'm committed on, writing my story, so that's been taking a lot out of me, but I'm committed.
Now, what is this book about?
My life.
Okay. All right.
My life story.
Okay.
And it's titled "Born Under a Curse."
Okay,
hey,
so you're gonna cover the bank robberies, prison, and all kind of stuff.
All that.
Okay.
But it's a lot more to me than just that.
I'll have you on the show when you complete the book.
Megan, I ain't writing my book to get on your show.
Well, I know you didn't write it to get on the show. I want you on the show. I mean, I just offered you a chance to come on the show to talk about the book. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine with me.
I'm clouded. Hey, look, but the real reason I wanted to talk about what Pharaoh said when he talking about the music and the way we went crazy and all this old crap.
Yes.
Now, I'm one of them kids he talking about. Would you agree?
Yeah. You were around that disobedient age in '69.
Yes, very much so, way before then. But anyway, my point is that you remember Woodstock?
Yep.
Okay, Woodstock, would you agree with me? Did Woodstock change the mindset of America?
I think it did. And that was around 69, wasn't it? Didn't Woodstock happen?
Well, it was a little bit before then.
Yeah, I mean, 68, 69, somewhere around in there. I thought it was...
And it was a time in this culture where white girls, the hippies, was running around talking about free love because they felt guilty about what their ancestors did. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and Woodstock was April 15th, 1969.
Okay.
I mean, August 15th. August 15th through the 18th, 1969. So it was that same year.
Yeah, and you had when Jimi Hendrix kind of blended the culture with his stuff and stuff like that.
Yes.
But let me rush to my point. Pharaoh said it was the music. In 1968, what happened with black people?
1968. Let's see. Martin Luther King was killed.
Stop right there.
Huh?
Stop right there.
Okay.
When Martin Luther King was killed, a lot of us became angry.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree, yes.
And some of us youth stayed angry. In spite of here in Cincinnati, in spite of the National Guard leaving and all of that crap, we stayed angry.
Yes.
Now, I done got a little older. As I reflect back, I kind of did my youth in the state of California. That revolutionary mind that we had the Black Panthers, we had the SLA, we had the Black Muslims, we had all of these different groups. And guess what? It was structured. And we as black people, we wasn't listening to It's My Thing and all that. Our anthem was I'm black and I'm proud.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Yep, that was the anthem.
And we were connected through that music. We were connected through the Temptations music.
Yes.
We wasn't what he trying to reflect, talking about our mindset, L to the no. That wasn't it. And nigga, I'm going to tell you something. Even though I grew up like I grew up, man, black folks was not affordable to be introduced into mainstream. When I was in them penitentiaries, wasn't no blacks in there for murder.
Yeah.
Every black that I came across was in there for armed robbery. And why was you in there for armed robbery? Because now you got the opportunity that you want to live like white folks. You want to have a job. You want to be recognized. You want to be respected. And the only way that you could get to that status quo that you had to have some money. So a lot of us just took the damn money.
Yeah.
But when the white folks recognized that, what did they do? What did Lyndon Baines Johnson and them, what did they do? They opened up programs.
Yes.
They let us into main society. They let us start working in factories.
Yes. A lot of government jobs through programs. Every summer they had jobs for teenagers, federal jobs, jobs the federal government put out there to keep teenagers off the street and working. And I thought it worked pretty good.
Job Corps did wonders for Hank Mitchell. You remember Hank Mitchell?
Hank Mitchell. Not offhand. Who's Hank Mitchell?
Yeah. Well, it did wonders for Hank. It did wonders for a lot of us, the Job Corps, all of these different things. So my point is that it was us acting a damn fool in society by taking these white folks' money, so they gave us some leverage. Today, it's all totally just whacked out the game, because what white folks are showing us for role models is things that's totally against what society is all about, because we glorify the negativity. That's what's going on in our community. And I'll close with this. The last time I talked to you about us being a black community and what a black community means to me. Black community means to me is that when we go to a Bengals game, if you're there for the game and the Bengals score, what do you do when you in the damn crowd, in the audience, or when you in your stands?
I cheer. I say, yay, all right.
High five. You give a high five to the person on the right.
Yep.
You give a high five to the person on the left.
And the one in the back.
You give a high five to the person in the front and the back.
Yes.
But guess what?
What?
You just gave a high five to a Christian, a Muslim, an atheist, and a racist. But you're all cheering for the same game. Yeah. That's the only way that we're going to become a community until we find a team to cheer for, and we go all come together and cheer for that team. Just like we came together for the Black Music Festival, but I guarantee you them suckers ain't going to come like that to vote. Have a great day. Thank you for the time. I'll talk to you in another month.
All right. Thanks for your call. Okay. Let's take a break, and we'll come back. If we can just get the Jehovah's Witnesses to vote, I'll be okay. If I could talk one Jehovah's Witness into voting, I'll be a happy man. Let's take a break. We'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Bringing you the stories that go beyond the headlines. The Tavis Smiley Show.
This is Tavis Smiley.
Join him every weekday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. for impactful interviews, bold discussions, and the perspective.
I can't wait to see Lindsay's book. Yes. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Lindsay says, Brent Beard, I robbed loan companies and banks. I did nothing to my community but telling a damn lie, read my record, and then come with facts. Okay, go get him, Lindsay. Yeah, I don't think robbing a bank destroyed the black community. You know what? Unless the black community owned the bank. And I don't think they owned the bank back in 68, 69, or whenever he robbed the banks. So I don't think that hurt the black community, Brent, him robbing a bank. It only hurt himself when he got caught. But he gave them, he was like Robin Hood. He gave money to the friends back in the hood. He spread the money around. Lincoln, you ran from Jehovah's women at your parking garage. You don't remember that? No, I don't. My only problem with the Jehovah's Witness, they don't vote, but they take advantage of the benefits. Some of them are on Section 8 and stuff like that, but they don't vote. But they go get on Section 8 and do all that stuff. Come on, give me a break. I never ran from any Jehovah's Witness women. Jehovah's Witness vote. Sherry Shepherd is a Jehovah's Witness, and she votes. Okay, I didn't know Sherry was a Jehovah's Witness. Does she go to the what do they call it? The hall, the Kingdom Halls? They probably won't let her in there since she votes. I don't know. Does she celebrate her birthday?
To learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You have an opinion. You've got something to say.
And that's the reason why we're here today.
1230 AM The Buzz, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, having an event over at the Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church this coming Saturday. It's called the Men of Honor and Valor, and Cecil Thomas will be speaking, Dr. Keith Melvin, Eric Kearney, and they had me down, but I don't know if I'll be able to get there after the walking club, but they had me down, but I told them I'd put the word out there. So they're going to have some great speakers there. Saturday, it starts at 10, from 10 to 2 at the Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Temple Church, and it's called Men's Ministry, and it's great. It's going to be great. The Men of Honor and Valor. So get there. It's located at 1150 Galbraith Road. All right? They're going to have free breakfast, brunch, and featured speakers will be Cecil Thomas, State Representative, Dr. Keith Melvin, yes, and he's going to be the keynote speaker, and Eric Kearney from the Cincinnati African American Chamber. So it sounds like a good event. This coming Saturday, 10 to 2, over at the Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Temple. Oh, yeah. All right.
Is there any reason you said it like that?
I don't know.
With the hands?
Apostolic. I know. That makes you want to. Apostolic.
The hand movement. Yeah.
The hand movement. Okay. I was watching the meteorologist, Randy Rico, on News 5 today, and she had shoulder surgery, and she had her arm in a sling. She said, and I had to do this because I talk with my hands, and I would hurt myself if I didn't have this in a sling. Because she said, I always move my hands. And on some words, I move my hands. And I thought apostolic was one of those words that you move your hands on. Apostolic. All right. Let's go to my good friend, Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese, and she's got to be tired now. I hope you're at home relaxing because, oh boy, you had a busy week, pretty much. Yes, a whole week, but it's been a few months you've been busy. But it all came to an end on Saturday, and it was a great event.
Yes, Lincoln. I mean, I am exhausted. And like you said, it was months and months and months of hard work, and I do want to thank my staff and the team putting this together. It's been a lot to do, and I just want to thank the people that came out. Like, and everybody was in a sea of white, and we had on white for unity, and Parade of Stars. Lincoln, you let us in with the Parade of Stars. It was packed. Don Juan with the music, the unveiling of the stars, our newest members, Heat Wave. I mean, they brought a crew, original members. They came from the UK and all over the place for that. And then WCIN. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it was a reunion. WCIN, John Thomas unveiled the star. We've got some new stars down there. You guys need to check it out.
Those new stars are nice. They're new. They're real nice looking.
Yeah, so new stars, and they're durable. And so people should definitely go down and check it out. Lincoln, we had a goal, and I said, let's try to get to 350,000 because, you know, we don't have no brochures. We don't have a year-round marketing budget. And I'm just so thankful to everybody who's gone down there. We hit the number of 400,556. 400,000. 556. I mean, we're going to definitely hit 500,000 really soon. So the good thing about the Walk of Fame, we had a great event, but it's not over. We're still there. The festival, they said, I saw a picture. They said they're packing up and they'll be back next year. We're there today, tomorrow, next week. Go down. It's absolutely free, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. But Lincoln, the event, let me just say, and I'm just taking it all in. I'm thanking God just how spectacular it was. We hit the capacity of the Brady Center. Then we had the watch party outside. And someone told me, she said, oh, man, it's off the chain out here. We had the big screen out where people could watch it. And they had a whole watch party watching it. And then we joined them outside. Regina Bell got the Legacy Award and sang her face off. It got real emotional because she had not sang A Whole New World since People of Bryson had passed.
Yes.
And her and Vince did a great job, and she held Vince and was about to break down, crying because she was so overwhelmed and emotional, and she just tore it up. Midnight Star, I mean, come on. We've been right around here, Midnight Star, and to come back 50 years, most people can't make 50 days. And they just, I mean, I've seen a lot of their shows, and they always have great shows. But they took it way up a notch for the 50th, for the hometown, and it was packed out there outside for Midnight Star, who looked good and just, I mean, he just partied. My legs are hurting now because I did a lot too much dancing than I'm supposed to be doing. But then I also want to say that Shirley Murdoch, oh, man, Shirley. What can I say? I love Shirley Murdoch. She tore the house down, kicked it off right for us. So to have something where we got Shirley Murdoch performing, we got Regina Bell performing, Midnight Star performing, and then Second Wind, just, oh, man, that's our house band. They kicked this thing off all the way right. Aretha was our co-host for the opening. She kicked it off right. We had the Q Kids coming in, kicking off the dedication to the past inductees. Along with, we had a choir, put together these singers. They showed us sang. They sang Charles Fold's song. I mean, this is just, I mean, I can go on. This thing was incredible. We had everybody there. Everybody there was important. But we had the mayor there. The city manager was in all white. I mean, this thing, Congressman Landsman was in all white. Everybody in all white in unison, and all the elected officials, because, you know, I got 49 municipalities. It just was a great thing. And I want to thank Radio 1. I know Dan's listening. I want to thank him. Thank you, Lincoln, as the selection committee has done a great job. We got some amazing folks in that Walk of Fame. I mean, we go from all the way from the Isley Brothers to Heat Wave to WCIN, Louise Sharpshire, Boosie's in there, Felipe Wynn. I mean, we
Brothers,
hitting,
they all there.
Isley Brothers, we got better than they got around the country. And then we did it, Lincoln, Hollywood. We brought Hollywood and New York together. If you've never been to the BET Awards, never been to the Grammys, we took it all the way up, and we did it all the way. It was free. And so we got a chance. People ask me all the time, how did you do this? And they started to see the reality is I am a policymaker, but I'm also a producer and an entrepreneur, and I got trained at Grambling, and I've been on radio. And so all those things came together so that we could promote it, we could produce it, and we wanted it to be first class, and it was. And we wanted it to be free. And I want to thank my family. Surprised me. My brother, Coach Steve Reese Jr., just won the Nike EYBL Peach Jam, the biggest AAU platform ever. And he got Coach of the Year, and his team, Florida Rebels, won. So I didn't think he was going to be able to be here because he was celebrating. Next thing I know, he showed up. My entire family and my sister, Tiffany, and brother-in-law, sister-in-law, they all were there. And even my niece and my great-niece, she got to come to her first Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and she'll be 1 year old in a couple months. So it just meant a lot to me, and my father, of course, was there. I want to thank, like I said, the county and those who helped put this together. We could go on, but I just got to sit back and just thank God. And the weather, oh, my God, the weather was good. We had drizzle for 1 second, and people said, we ain't moving till Midnight Star come out. And then it just shined up again.
Yes.
So it was a great thing. It is a great thing. It's historic, and I want to thank every person. I can't thank you enough. The seniors, I love my senior citizens. I love y'all. Thank you. 3 buses. Thank you, Metro, and Viola Brown, who's our senior coordinator.
And what about the Kinley Hotel? They were great.
Oh, man. Let me give it. Kinley Hotel, Galen, Black general manager, he laid it out. Everybody who came from all over. We had people in that hotel from all over the world, UK, and then people from LA, different places. They all complimented the service, the welcomeness. All of that was just so good. And I just really got to thank them. And like I said, I got so many people. Of course, you got my staff, Jackie, Taggerboard, and Veda Stevens. Then you got Romaine, my co-producer, and project manager, Aziza Nubia. She did her thing. I'm telling you, content creator. And Al Chang just handled the inductee. Chicago, Mr. Hospitality, we got him out of retirement and had everybody just treated so well. And I already mentioned Miss Viola. And then all the volunteers. I even put my sister to work, Tiffany. So we just needed all hands on deck. And everybody, our videography, photography, civil, and cam. It's just a lot to try to pull all this together with such a small group of people. But we were able to pull it off, thanks to God. And the Urban League, shout out to Christy Coons and the Urban League. Thank y'all so much for your partnership in getting all this done. And then, of course, we got a lot of partners. League and I had to raise a lot of private money so it could be free. Private money. So it can be free, and we'll be taking a part of it. So people go to Cincy, C-I-N-C-Y, Black Music Walk of Fame. That's where the photos will be. You want to follow Cincy Black Music Walk of Fame. That's very important, and you'll be able to see all of the partners because we had a lot of events leading up to this. We had the casino. We kicked it off right there. That was packed. Then we went to the library. We have an exhibit at the library still. And we had that on June 19th. We had over 2,400 people. That was packed. Then we had the Gold Star kickoff to the countdown, and we packed that place out on Mitchell Avenue. And then we went back to the library for the press conference. That was packed. And then we had the big event that we had at the Brady Center and the Black Music Walk of Fame. So it was. It's been a lot. It's been worth it. And, again, we wanted to give it to the people so that everybody could be somebody, and everybody was important. So I want to thank them, and a shout-out to New Attitude, Miss Sotheria, because everybody's asking me, where'd you get your dress? Where'd you get your outfit? My stylist and Nija and Swea, who handled making me look beautiful on that day. So we want to give all of them a shout-out. Liggett, it's been real. It ain't over. But don't forget, 400,000. 556 coming from the rocks of 0 people to 400,556. I just thank God and I thank the people. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm resting. Please, I'm resting. I won't be available right now. Right. Just give me a little time to get back on my feet.
All right. Go get some rest, Alicia. Thank you for talking with us this morning.
Let me tell you, Don Juan for show, your partner.
He's still
that dedication he did to WCIA.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Yes.
Oh, man, unbelievable. And all the music he's curating everything. I got to give a big shout out to your partner, Mr. Don Juan, for sure.
Yes. I tell you what, it was a great event, and people who missed it, you missed a great event. But it was a whole lot of people outside that got there late and couldn't get in because it was too crowded. They were outside watching the entire event.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We had the screen. You could watch it, and the guy told me they've officially called that the watch party.
Yes, right. There you go.
They even got their own name, so it was a great thing.
All right, Alicia.
All right,
get
thank
some
you,
rest.
Lincoln.
We'll talk to you.
Talk to you soon.
All right, that's Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese, and trying to catch up on some rest. All right, are we late for break? Oh, well, let me do this right now. Jeff Weiler, Eastgate, used car mega store. You better get in there. Over 400 used cars on site. Any make, any model, sizes, price ranges. They probably have it for you out there on Route 32 in Batavia. I'm telling you, cars as low as $39.95, payments as low as $79. I tell you, guaranteed financing. You couldn't ask for any more. Call them up right now, 513-943-5400. That's 513-943-5400. Jeff Weiler, they've got the hybrids, they've got the electric vehicles. If you're in that market, they've got them all for you out there at the Jeff Weiler Used Car Mega Store. They're there for you. The phone number, once again, 513-943-5400. Call them up and tell them you need a car. They'll take care of you at Jeff Weiler, the Used Car Mega Store. All right, let's move along to a break on 1230, The Buzz.
Hey, y'all, what up? This your boy, Ricky Samadi. I want to drop you an invite to something a little...
I was backstage. That's when we couldn't get on the stage. Mary J. had her people shut the whole thing down backstage. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. J. Raj was on hold when Alicia called in, and then he hung up. He didn't hold on. A few people know how to party like Lincoln Ware. Only Tom Joyner and white women. What the hell does that mean? I should have pushed through Mary J. Blige's security team and told them, well, actually, it wasn't her security team. It was the Cincinnati police who set up a perimeter around the whole stage area. I mean, they had a perimeter set up along with the stadium security. It was crazy. Yes, Omarosa worked at WCIN when she just got out of Central State. She just graduated from Central State, and she came to work at CIN. She was there on Saturday. She was there. She was staying at the hotel. Yep, Omarosa. She's got a new attitude. She's getting ready to get her law. She's getting ready to get her. She's trying to study for the bar. She's gonna become a lawyer. Studying for the bar.
What does she do at CIN?
She was like promotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all call her Omarosa? Did she have a nickname?
She was Omarosa.
Oh, okay.
She was Omarosa. Yeah.
Rizzy, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY to learn more.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
If you need to talk about it, we're here. 1230 AM WDBZ, your talk station.
.1230 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. And earlier this morning, I told you what the city had said about the whole event with J. Raj and the food trucks. I told you what the city said. I gave you my opinion. And I asked for J. Raj to call if he had another opinion on what the city said. There's always two sides to every story. And so now here is J. Raj, and let's hear what he has to say. J. Raj, how you doing today?
What's up, Lincoln? How you?
I'm hanging in there. What's going on?
Not much. Somebody told me to call in.
Well, yeah. I was reading the city's response to the food truck and what they said. And, they said permitting exists for a reason. And the deadline was in February for you to get your permits. And you came to them in May, way after the deadline. And that even though they told you in May that they were not issuing any permits, you still continued to promote your event. That's what they said.
Lincoln. I know that's what they said. Excuse me. So now, first and foremost, I want you to understand, this is our 9th year doing Cincy Soul, the Black Taste.
Mm-hmm.
We put this event together originally because all the money that was coming into, it was $100 million coming into Cincinnati, and no black people were getting any parts of that. You had the Santangelos and the stadium with the fest, you had the hotels, the malls, everything. But when you look up, you said, how many black people were actually, there were black jobs, things like that, but, trying to get a bigger piece of it. So I said, we'll create this food fest since the restaurants downtown would close. I don't know if you know it, Skyline Chili was closed on the square this weekend. So the Festival 513 always had out-of-town vendors, so I said, hey, look, I'll put a food fest together for Cincinnati food, restaurants, caterers, and so they can make some money. And we've done that for the last 9 years. We produced it down 5th Street and Fountain Square. We had, concerts. It's been a major complimentary event to the Music Fest for years. When it started, once Jason Dunn was no longer with Convention and Visitor Bureau, it started moving a little different. So last year we opted to not do it. We wanted the people to see what it looked like if we weren't around.
Mm-hmm.
So and honestly, this year I wasn't really even pressed on doing it. But I had some food vendors reach out to me because the economy is so bad. You got restaurants closing every week.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So in May we made an announcement that hey, we're gonna do Cincy Soul.
Mm-hmm.
So now typically when you block off a street, it takes you 60 days. That's all it takes.
Okay.
When we applied for the permit, we were within that 60 days. When we got a response back that they had changed some things, they had started closing our permits in 2025, we said, okay, all right, no problem. I saw on the over the news they said February, but we got emails saying 2025. So, okay, cool, no problem. We looked to go take it over to Covington. But then apparently, one of your good friends that visits Cincy, Dina, she she put some words in, saying apparently we were difficult to work with, some other things. So we decided. Covington said they couldn't get it done within the amount of time that we were looking to do it. No problem. We decided, okay, how can we still put this thing on without it being the normal food fest that we've done in the past? I don't know if you remember, I was doing parking lot concerts during COVID down at Longworth Hall.
Yeah,
you know, I brought Bell Biv DeVoe, Music
that.
Soul Child, Raheem Devon, and DMX. So I had already studied how to move with the parking lot years ago. So we looked to try to figure out where we can get a parking lot. I found a parking lot who were down at between 7th and 8th Street, Main and Sycamore, and they were excited to do it because as slow as downtown has been, they haven't been making a lot of money on the weekends either. So we put a situation together where a parking lot business was going to be able to benefit from the food trucks going into their parking lot.
Okay, hold on. Can you hold on a second? I got to break for news. And then we'll come back and hear more from J. Raj right here on 1230 The Buzz.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
Police are continuing to investigate a fatal crash that happened early yesterday in Cincinnati's East End neighborhood. The crash happened near Lunken Airport at around 2:15 a.m. and resulted in the death of the 28-year-old driver. That person's name has not been released. Cincinnati police are working to locate a man suspected in the shooting of a child in Winton Hills Friday night. The shooting happened near Craft Street and Winest Avenue. Quincy Thomas is wanted on a charge of felonious assault. The victim's injuries are described as non-life-threatening. 3 people are hospitalized after a Sunday evening vehicle crash in Walnut Hills. The accident happened near Gilbert Avenue and Oak Street. Injuries suffered by the victims are described as serious. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says alcohol was likely a contributing factor in a deadly Sunday motorcycle crash. 47-year-old Robert Schulz was riding without a helmet when he crashed near Dixie Highway in Duffield Lane. Schulz died at the scene. And the Reds took 2 of 3 to end the weekend against the Cardinals in St. Louis. That included a 5-3 extra innings win on Sunday. I'm Heather Pasco on 1230 The Buzz.
Wake up every weekday morning with Get Up Mornings with me, Erica Campbell, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1230 The Buzz.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. And let's continue talking to J. Raj on the event with the food trucks and the city of Cincinnati and the permits. And okay, Jay, continue.
Yeah, so, like I was saying, so we figured out, because we've done it in the past, how to move within a parking lot. If you're not selling alcohol, if you have 3,000, less than 3,000 people, you're not required to have a permit on private property. So we rented the parking lot. I spoke with my food trucks first to find out if there was something that they wanted us to do. July 1st, we had a meeting with the food trucks. They said, yeah, if you can get the parking lot for us, Jay, we would love for you to get it, because the way the city has it set up right now, we can't be in downtown after 11 o'clock on the downtown streets. Now, I guess that goes back to last year.
Yeah.
They blamed the food trucks caught the blunt of the whole brawl, and so apparently they were saying they were fighting over chicken. I don't know.
I think they moved the time. They had it real early, and then they moved it. Did they move it to 11, or did they let them go to 12? I'm not sure.
No, the 11 o'clock was the cutoff. I was down on Fountain Square this weekend.
Okay.
So the food vendors, us putting the food vendors in a private parking lot, was going to allow them to be in after 11 as well. So the food trucks already have their food permit. Mm-hmm. We don't have to get a food permit. Literally, all we did was rent out some space like you do when you tailgate, right? We pull some trucks in the parking lot. They can sell because they have the permits, but now because they're on private property, they can sell later than 11 o'clock. Jazz Fest doesn't let out till 12 or 1 o'clock. If the food trucks can't sell food after 11, how are they going to benefit from 30,000 people being in the city?
Because the concert's not over till after 11. Both nights are not open to after 11. Okay.
So all the food vendors down the stadium, majority of them are from out of town. All the food vendors we have are people that are caterers, food trucks, and restaurants in the city of Cincinnati.
Okay, so 513, they don't have none of those are trucks down there during the 513. They're all like booths and vendors. They can stay open past 11.
Yeah, they can stay on past 11.
Okay.
So this year they had a few of our food trucks participate, but like they've told me before, when we set this food festival up, man, I set it up just for us to benefit. There's two parts to the food fest. Typically, I put the concerts on that draws the people down, and then the food trucks benefit. And then we have the nonprofits come down and sell the beverages, so then they do fundraising through Cincy Soul. So we've had Princeton girls basketball, the state champs, come down with their basketball, Warner Hills Bowling, the Little League football team. There's probably $20,000 to $25,000 raised for fundraisers through Cincy Soul as well. But again, when the city came out and said, "Hey, he didn't get a permit," you're right, because we didn't announce we were doing Cincy Soul until May the 2nd. And when our new executive director approached Visit Cincy about activating Fountain Square and 5th Street like we've done in the past, they said they weren't interested in doing it. So then we had to try to scout a location in Cincinnati. When we found the location that we wanted, we applied for the permit, and we were told, even though we were within the 60 days, they said, "Oh, well, we start closing them in 2025. No problem. We know what. We're not going to fight y'all. We found out how to put some food trucks in the parking lot so they can get some money. The lady, the Jerusa Kessler lady from the city, she started calling her ass in the parking lot, telling them basically that they could get fined and she could pull their parking license if they allowed us to do this event.
Now, would you consider what you were doing a special event?
No.
Okay, because
all I was doing was renting parking. I rented 200 parking spaces, and I was allowing food trucks to rent those spaces. Like I said, Lincoln, normally we bring in major artists. We brought in El DeBarge and CeeLo, and they're all free concerts. There was no concerts going on that weekend. The only thing they were going to have is some DJs. We had the square footage of the parking lot didn't even allow us to put 3,000 people on there. So when you add 20 plus food trucks and other vendors, it wasn't going to happen. So that's the entire story. That's the story in entirety.
Well, I mean, it almost sounds like what you were doing. The city said it is a special event, and they say they need permits for special events.
Again, like I told you, Lincoln, and hopefully you're listening to me. The city has certain parameters that you can and that you need a permit and you don't need a permit. If you're not selling alcohol, if it's on private property, and if it's less than 3,000 people, so when you go to tailgate,
yes,
there's no tailgating permit. When I see you down at tailgating, when all our friends are renting certain spaces or parking lots to do tailgate, that's the exactly same thing I was doing.
Yeah.
The city had so now if they didn't want us to do that, I guess what I'm looking for next for the city to do is make anybody that's tailgating get a permit.
Okay, so what are you going to do for next year? Are you going to try to do this all over again next year and maybe get your permit before in February?
Listen, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Number one, like I told you, it's 60 days to cut a street off. If they want to make up a deadline, then they need to put it out there so people know, hey, it's February. It's 2025. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like we've done it, like I told you before, we've done this food fest 8 different times. Even during COVID, when we brought the Isley Brothers, so I just heard Alicia on the radio. Remember, we brought the Isley Brothers to Seward Point. Yes. That's when they got the Walk of Fame star. We did that during COVID because there was no jazz festival. In order for us to have our food fest, we needed a concert. So we put a concert together. So we're not going to act like we don't know what we're doing. So when people ask me, well, what are you going to do next year? We're going to do what we've done every year, produce. But now, if they're going to put these parameters and move the goalposts back, if they say they want to stop the permits in 2026, my executive director, she'll put the permit in, and then whatever problem the city has, we'll work through it. But again, we knew we outgrew that block on 5th Street years ago. We would have done that block because we could have had that park, the stage for Fountain Square. Now we know that that's not something that they want to do because I don't know if you were down there on the square. The energy, the energy was low. The people who came from out of town who used to come to Cincy Soul, because we did concerts on Saturday and Sunday, it was a complimentary event. Just like when you go to Essence, you go to Essence for Essence, and there's other different activations in the city. That's all we were. So hopefully we can sit down because you remember last year we didn't do it, and that's when AFTAP came on. Well, we're going to see what we can do about getting Jason funded. We didn't hear anything from nobody. We never asked for nothing from nobody. Like, leave us alone. But now everybody wants to help. I'm getting a lot of phone calls about how we help Cincy Soul.
Yeah.
Let's have these meetings so we can set it up.
Yeah.
And now we're not funding it out of our pocket, and it can be bigger and better and help the Jazz Fest draw people to the city.
Okay, so you didn't tick anybody off down at City Hall, and
Man, listen, hey brother, I've been running. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, Lincoln.
Yeah.
When I first started Cincy Soul, the Chamber of Commerce had an issue with us having a food festival. I've been fighting for Cincy Soul for 10 years, and if I piss somebody, guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. If I piss somebody off at City Hall, then they need to get out of their feelings, because what we're doing is business. It's not personal.
All right.
Like I said, a lot of them piss us off too. And I'm gonna tell you, the outpour you've been hearing from the people, black people are mad in general because of the way we've been treated. And I'm gonna be honest, Lincoln, the last 90 days have been frustrating, right? So for them to see the city not support such a economic event that we put on, they're like, I see people making posts, and they're like, where's Nolan's throat? Where's Nolan's neck? Like, there's been so much mistreatment of black people, and the city of Cincinnati handles black businesses bad, and we need to change that. So I've gotten phone calls from, Christy from the Urban League and Dave from the NAACP and a lot of the mega church, the pastors. They all reached out, how can we help? Now we're going to sit down and figure out how we take Cincy Soul, and even though we've had great events and they've been successful, now we're going to give them some help, and we're going to put them on steroids. And hopefully the city's going to support them, and then we can have it back how it has been in the years.
All right. J-Rod, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. And I just want to let you get your side of the story out there.
Yeah, well, listen, they said there's three sides to a story. Their side, my side, and the
right
truth.
side, the truth. There you go. All right. Thanks,
brother.
Thanks for your call. All right, that's J-Rod. And, I think there's some confusion with the permits. And the food trucks should have been able to, if he said they already have a permit, then they should have been able to maybe post up pretty much with just a call to the city maybe to see, is it okay to post up here? Can I post up there? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I do think, this one thing I will say, that I do think the city is doing the food trucks a disservice in making them shut down at 11. I do think that is wrong to make those food trucks shut down that early. I will say that. Shame on you, city, for doing that putting that 11 o'clock curfew on the food trucks. I didn't like that situation when they passed the ordinance to shut them down at that time. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back. We got the urologist, Dr. Kappa, is going to call in and tell us what's going on with this military. The entire male population of the U.S. military going to have to take a testosterone blood test to see what levels of testosterone they have. And if they have low testosterone, guess what? They might be encouraged to take some testosterone to get rid of that low T. Yeah, we're going to find out all about low T and, how it can hinder a serviceman. Yeah. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Dr. Kappa on 1230, The Buzz.
What's happening, good people? It's your cousin Trip Fontaine, and this is the Trip After Dark podcast.
I still say it's a special event. He says it's not a special event, what he's doing. I think that's an interpretation to be interpreted by lawyers, I guess. Define a special event. Is it a special event if you get a bunch of food trucks in a parking lot? Is that a special event? During a special event weekend. That's the key. I think things are different with permitting during special events weekends. I don't know. We need to get somebody from the city solicitor's office in here. Force them to take shots for low T on no, not that. This is Big Farm's grab, yeah. Yeah, this low T stuff is all voluntary.
$12:30 The Buzz, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ. Lincoln Ware with you on a Monday afternoon. And let's head on over to the urology group and talk to my favorite urologist, none other than Dr. Kappa. And before we go to Dr. Kappa, under the policy announced by the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, he says the U.S. military is rolling out annual testosterone deficiency screenings for active duty and reserve service member ages 30 and older. And with voluntary testing available for those under 30. So if you're under 30, you can volunteer to check your testosterone level. And voluntary hormone replacement therapy will be available if they want it. So, Dr. Kappa, why do you think that? And welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Lincoln. It's always wonderful to be on the show. And I saw this, I mean, you just mentioned this story. It really got my attention, obviously. I'm excited to talk about it today. And, yeah, look, let's jump right into talking about testosterone and why it's an important health screening measure for men.
And so why do you think, I guess, the military, they don't want these guys sluggish and sleepy and doing all that stuff at certain times? I don't know.
No, I think that's right. Lincoln. I mean, first of all, let's talk about testosterone. It is one of the best overall health markers that we have for men. So men who have low testosterone are more likely to have heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, obesity, depression, and, of course, the sexual side effects like erectile dysfunction and low sex drive. But one of my colleagues, Dr. Mo Kara at Baylor, he talked about low T and used this analogy as a check engine light. Your testosterone, low T, when it's low, engine light, you may have stress or bad sleep, but sometimes it could be true testosterone deficiency or a more serious medical issue that Secretary Hegseth is at least having this conversation about men's health. And, you know, my question is not whether or not testosterone matters, it does, but it's who we test and when. And, you know, obviously Secretary Hegseth, the high T Department of War, that's how he uses the phrase this.
Yes, the high T Department of War.
In our troops being healthy, obviously.
Yes.
So we can talk more about this and the screening if it makes sense.
Now, what are the signs that you might have low T?
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, so testosterone can affect your muscle, your bone, your mood, your energy, your sex drive, your libido, your erectile function, your sperm production. So men, when they come in and see me, they're usually complaining about, hey, I'm not sleeping well, doc. I'm losing muscle mass. I'm gaining fat mass despite going to the gym. I got brain fog. I can't concentrate. My energy just isn't what it was. And, of course, they're having problems in the bedroom as well. And, you know, one thing I would say about this screening program, which you described well, is that it's not about, this is in Secretary Hegseth's words, this initiative, this testosterone screening initiative, it's not about artificial enhancement. It's about restoring and optimizing your natural capabilities, protecting your longevity, ensuring you have the biologic foundation to sustain the fight. That's in Secretary Hegseth's words. And so that's, you know, obviously relevant for our military, but for the men listening to this program, for the men in the community who are having difficult symptoms, that's definitely a sign you should see your doctor, see one of us at the urology group to get screened. this is like all men in the military, age 30 and over, are going to get a yearly testosterone as part of their annual physical. And there's a lot of benefits to that, I think, but there's also some caveats that I would add, because it's when you do screening, you have the potential to overtreat, and overdiagnose a problem that may not be there for an asymptomatic man.
Okay, someone says it's testosterone is artificial, is not your natural testosterone that your body would produce. So can it be harmful to you?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, you jumped right to the risk of testosterone treatment. So we can go into more of how we diagnose this. But
yes.
Let's start with the risks. Yeah, so it is artificial. Your body does make testosterone normally. You want your level to be generally above 300. There's a lot of nuance there, but what are the risks? Erythrocytosis. So this is a fancy word for your blood gets thick. It's the clearest adverse effect. Men who are on testosterone versus those who are not have a 17 versus 3.3% risk of having high blood counts. So what do we do when we give testosterone treatment? We check the blood counts regularly. I usually check them every 6 months or so, and most men do fine, right? But there are some men who that blood count starts to creep up. Obviously, it can affect your blood pressure as well. Your fertility, this is a big one, actually really relevant to the military men who are going to be getting the screening. Testosterone therapy from the outside, external gels or shots, they can lower your sperm count. So it's sort of a paradox. You have high testosterone, but you have low sperm count because you're getting this external treatment.
Oh.
The other that men think about and hear about, and I want to really dispel this myth, is about heart attack risk, okay? There was a recent study, that really well-done study, and it looked at men who actually had high risk for cardiovascular disease. They gave some testosterone, they gave some placebo, and what happened was there was absolutely no increased risk in major cardiac events. It does not increase your risk of heart attacks. That's a good thing, but, it's not benign, and so what I would just emphasize to men, it's a great treatment. It can really restore the energy in your life, but it needs to be done with an expert supervision and routine blood count and examinations by your doctor.
So when you go to get your PSA, should you tell them? You have to tell them to check it extra, or do they automatically check that when you get your PSA done?
Well, if you're in the high T military, you're going to get it automatically.
Right.
But for a guy going into his PCT,
just a regular
you
guy,
can definitely ask about it.
Yeah.
I would have that conversation, and I mentioned those risk factors. Testosterone is a great marker of overall health. So if you're suffering from obesity or diabetes, that could be a sign of low testosterone. But here's what we do. So we talk about symptoms. So how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is your life? I do a lot of sexual health history as well. How is your sexual life? And if men are struggling in the bedroom, if they're struggling with their energy or their weight, absolutely I would offer a testosterone check to that man. So a lot of it's driven by symptoms. And that's the key is, we don't just test everybody. We don't have, 10-year-olds who come in and we check a testosterone. We're testing men, who have symptoms. But that's the thing that's really interesting about this program is all men are getting tested because they're really focused on high performance. But again, it's not about artificial. I tell guys, we're not trying to make you Hercules. We're trying to get you back to your normal self where you have good energy. You're doing the things that you enjoy in life. Your sexual health is improved. That's what we focus on.
Now, can you bring your low T up yourself by exercising and eating right? Can you do it yourself? Once you're low, you're going to stay there pretty much unless you get the testosterone shots, pills, gels, whatever you have.
Well, Lincoln, that is an excellent question, and here's why. I had a gentleman in our community here in Cincinnati. He came in, was 200. It was low. And I talked to him about treatment. We went over all the side effects, and he goes, Doc, is this reversible? I said, absolutely. Obesity, sleep apnea, poor sleep, chronic opioid or drug use, and a few other things can really lower your testosterone. And these are not, maybe in the short term, not fixable, but if with sustained good nutrition, good sleep, strength training program, you can increase your testosterone with just the lifestyle factors. And so this guy, he said, you know what, Doc, let me try that. He came back 9 months later, almost looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm kind of kidding, but he really took his health seriously. He said, I'm stopping eating the donuts in the morning. I'm going to hit the gym, and he did. And it was remarkable, his health transformation. Didn't get a single internal testosterone and raised his levels to a normal level.
Okay.
And I just, I basically clapped for the guy when he came back. I said, you Right now, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I don't want to tell your listeners, hey, you may not need medication. But those lifestyle things I mentioned, you should do them regardless of if you're on testosterone, because they help your health in other ways, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, et cetera. So you can reverse it. But some guys, even with a perfect lifestyle, perfect sleep, they still can have testosterone deficiency. And those are the guys that we really want to focus on with our treatments.
Now, how do you regulate it? Can you give a guy too much testosterone at a time maybe with the shot or with the pills? I don't know. How do you regulate to make sure he's not getting too much, or maybe he's not getting enough?
That's exactly right. I always use the phrase low and slow, and some guys don't like that. They want to say, hey, doc, I'm feeling bad. I want to feel great tomorrow. I said, be careful, what you wish for, because I can give you a shot right now and get your testosterone to 1,000. You'll feel great, but then it's going to crash, right?
Oh, boy.
So what we treatments is we do routine monitoring. So to your point, hey, maybe we underdosed a guy. We gave him a certain percentage of a gel or a certain dose of the shot or a certain milligrams of the pill, and he's too low. He went from 200 to 250, and he's like, I'm still feeling bad, Dr. Kappa. Like, let's increase the dose. I'd say absolutely. We want to get range where you're feeling better, your symptoms are improved, and you're in your normal range for men in your age group. And so, again, it's about restoring the normal for these guys, not about, artificial enhancement. But you can go too high. I see that a lot of times guys will come to me and they don't like this message. I'm like, actually, we're going to decrease your dose because there are side effects. I mentioned the blood count. There's a variety of other side effects. Mood swings can be pretty dramatic, actually, when the doses are super high. So I tell guys, hey, let's get you in the normal range. Let's get you feeling good. If you're too high, you have that risk of that blood count getting really thick, and that can be a real risk to men for clot risk. So, yeah, we do both. You want the right dose, low and slow, get it up to a good level. We don't want it to be too high because that can be a little difficult on a man as well.
Now, when should you get your test? In the morning, afternoon, or when? To see if you have...
Yeah, no, that's a great... It should be in the morning. We normally try to get guys, I tell them between 8 and 10 a.m., but anytime, make your lab appointment, get the blood draw. It's a really simple, easy test. Lincoln, you're a huge advocate for PSA, prostate cancer screening. I tell guys, hey, if you're getting your yearly PSA test, if you're at risk for prostate cancer, just get a test. If you've got those symptoms, we'll just draw the testosterone at the same time. If it's low, so if their level, what I use is a level 300. So if the level is less than 300, then I do another level, same time, kind of in the morning, 8 to 10 a.m., check the blood count again. If it's still low, we check a couple of other hormonal levels, like your estrogen level and your blood count, like I mentioned, your prostate cancer screen. Then we'll proceed with treatment if the guy wants to go forward with that and understands the risks and the benefits. And, the ultra-style intervention alone, which can really help some guys. But again, you can kind of see just from this conversation, and that's the one caution I would have about the key military is, those men who are getting this testosterone screening need to make sure they have good follow-up with good doctors in the military, and they're wonderful doctors serving the men and women in our military. So, they need to obviously have expert supervision and routine lab monitoring so they feel at their best and perform at their best.
All right. It sounds good to me. And your levels are the highest in the mornings. Is that true? Your levels are the highest, so that's why you should have the testing done in the mornings, right?
Yeah, so it's pretty complicated. So it's pretty complicated. I just tell men we want it kind of consistent levels, but there is variation through the day. You can look at it on a graph. We've done this with men, at 8 a.m. and then in the middle of the day in the evening. So, we want consistency with the levels, and you're exactly right, because sometimes a guy will come in, it's at 3 o'clock in the clinic, and he's tired, and we draw a testosterone level, it may be artificially low.
Yeah.
And so you want to be careful with, picking what can be, by the way, a lifelong treatment. This is why I'm real careful with the lab screening is, if you test a level kind of randomly and accidentally diagnose a gentleman with testosterone deficiency and put him on lifelong treatments and all the side effects, you want to make sure you have a consistent, exactly right, Lincoln, to make sure you're making a thoughtful diagnosis. Because, again, a lot of these guys, they end up being on testosterone for a long time. And so you want, that's I think, and again, one I support and I prescribe it every week, but you need to make sure it's the right diagnosis before you proceed.
All right. And how long should you be on it?
Well, that's a good question. Some guys will, it's as long as you need to maintain a healthy, normal level and for those symptoms to improve. So we have some guys who are on it for life. We have other guys who, improve their health overall. They lose weight. They start hitting the gym. and maybe they can decrease the dose or even come off it for a little bit. So, there's ways to de-escalate the dose or to kind of taper off of it. But a lot of guys, when they start, if they have true testosterone deficiency, they're on it for a long time.
All right. Dr. Kappa, you have all the answers, I tell you. You have all the answers.
I don't know about that.
All right. But, when I saw that they were going to give testing to military men to see their testosterone levels, I said, I got to call Dr. Kappa in here on this one. This is crazy.
Well, yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. Yeah, I think the thing about Secretary Hegseth is, the goal there is to protect longevity of our military members, and I totally agree with that. And the message for your listeners is the best way, the highest yield way to protect his longevity, his health, his overall quality of life is maintain a healthy weight, good sleep, healthy blood pressure, getting your prostate checked, getting your colonoscopy screened, seeing your doctor regularly. And if it's appropriate, you've got these testosterone symptoms. We mentioned the sexual symptoms, the energy symptoms, things you just don't feel. Report those symptoms to your doctor. Yes. Testosterone screening may be right for you. We're happy to do that here at the Urology Group. You can go online or give us a call at 513-841-7900. We're happy to do a screening for you if it's appropriate. And, I really appreciate you giving this message to men out there, because a lot of guys out there, I call it, they're silently suffering, right?
Yes.
They've got these sexual health symptoms. They've got this poor energy. They wonder what's going on. And a lot of times it's something that has a really good, safe medical treatment, and we can offer that to men. And I appreciate your advocacy for this and the military paying attention to this problem, because it is a big problem.
Well, at least they won't have to pitch any tents anymore. They'll wake up with the tent already pitched.
Oh man, I think that's about the best way we can end this segment, Lincoln. I'm not asking any more than that.
All right, we'll talk to you, Dr. Kappa. Thanks for your call.
All right. Thanks, Lincoln. Have a great day.
All right. Yeah, the tents will already be pitched. Yeah. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Lincoln Ware is on demand.
On demand.
That's right. Listen to the Lincoln Ware Show when you...
Yes. Aftab has no T. Oh, boy. Of course, Jerica said, ew.
There would be no pitching any tents around Jericho.
Women should be glad to see a tent pitched in their bed. You know what I mean? They should be glad to see that.
Not Jericho.
Oh boy.
I disagree with the doctor though about Hegseth's reasons for this. It has nothing to do with longevity.
No.
He wants them to be just super amped up and ready and just overly.
But like Mike Dick said, most men in the military are young and they really don't need it.
That's true. He wants them to be like Rambo and just ready, just overly angry and just aggressive. That's what he's trying to do. It has nothing to do with longevity. That's nice of the doctor to say, but I totally disagree with that. He wants them to be just angry and aggressive. And why do you think Hegseth renamed the Department of Defense the Department of War?
I know.
To be aggressive, to sound aggressive. That's the reason.
Unbelievable. Cincinnati public schools will probably be, I think that's the best way to go with the income tax on the ballot instead of property tax. Rule number 1, no pitching tents in the barracks. Oh boy. Yeah, somebody in the pharma industry is going to make some big money off of testosterone for the military. They're going to be making some big money. Saltpeter needed.
Diabetes Awareness Partners.
Take us with you wherever you go. Download the Buzz app for your smartphone today. For details, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. Remember, this is infotainment. Info meaning information and entertainment. Infotainment. And somebody says Lincoln talking about pitch tents is nuts. I thought, at least I had the doctor laughing when he thought it was funny. I mean, come on, get a life. Whoever said that, they probably have low T. I think I got somebody out there. I forgot. Check and see who it is. Yeah, thank you, sir. All right. Let's go to David Whitehead. David Whitehead, how are you?
I'm doing good, Lincoln. Thanks for asking.
What's on your mind?
Just trying to touch base about the weekend. You know, a lot of things happen. There's a lot of learning lessons from this weekend. So, you know, what we're pushing for is to make sure we have clarification in regards to what are those dates that the permits have to have. Is that established in writing? And what is that written form so that we can be prepared for it next year? I don't even want to get into the dance of who's right or wrong. All I know is the vendors did not win in that particular situation. And that's what's important to us. The factor that they're shutting down before the concert is over at Fountain Square, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to address that. The fact that we can't have a set-up space, we weren't able to have a set-up space where additional vendors that are local vendors could have the Food Fest, Cincy Soul Fest, whatever you want to call it. There should be an opportunity for them.
Yes.
So we're trying to get in front of that right now. Like, we got a whole year. So
and can somebody set up a meeting with council members and maybe the city manager, other than going down there and talking for 2 minutes, which is not going to get you anywhere?
Lincoln. That is the plan, because sometimes you have to. People don't understand a lot of times what the process is.
And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. People are there's a lot of misinformation and not getting their wires crossed. And people need to sit down face to face. And so everybody will know what's what, because I don't think everybody knows what's what right now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I totally agree with that. And you know, one of the potential solutions would have been in the immediate was to bring the trucks back up to Avondale for Sunday, because there was a huge football, Little League football program that happened at South Avondale School. Imagine the opportunity to feed all those kids and all those different parents that came from out of town for whatever they had at South Avondale. So it was still a win opportunity left available. But we just, at some point in time, we got to get out of the fight between each other and other things and get into solutions. And that's where I want to be. I want to be in the solution set. Avondale is going through some changes right now that, you know, as I talk with Sandra, we gotta fix this right away. I mean, there are problems that are happening that are fixable problems, but we got to work collectively together and make sure that we are fighting so that we have economic opportunities, so our neighborhoods are restored and not given away and taken away. And I have little time for us against us. I'm not going to entertain these people as where you at, what you doing. We're doing as much. We're doing what we can, and we're trying to do more than what is even within our capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have time for the social media fight.
Yeah.
If you want to, if you don't like what we're doing, join somebody else. But just do something.
Yeah.
Don't, other than just sitting up here talking. So, all right, Lincoln. That's all I got.
Hey,
exhausted.
David. thanks for your call. All right, Doug Springs.
Hey, Lincoln. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. What's up?
First, I saw Cincinnati Issues. You had my niece on there.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like to remind people that she's doing a writer's workshop at the Harriet Beach Storehouse. You can call and get the number. Number two, Deborah Green Boone was the first person with the Taste of Ebony. I'm sorry, the Taste of Ebony. She did in the early 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
And it came about because the downtown businesses was closing up after the jazz festival, and black people couldn't find any place to eat. So all what you see yesterday, Saturday, and Friday was a result of her starting selling to black people during the Taste of Ebony. So it came, what you saw is a progression of what she did some years ago. I listened to Jay Rod, and as you know, Lincoln, I was a health inspector for a number of years.
Yeah.
What he said had a lot of truth to it. The trucks are licensed way before. As soon as they want to go into business, they got to be licensed. So usually they get that done way before the festival. What he said sounded to me like it was, there's a loophole, and he found the loophole, and he did what I didn't see anything wrong unless he was selling other kind of food that wasn't in the truck. And then on my last point, Lincoln, I listened to Pharaoh and I listened to Lindsay, and both of them had a lot of truth in what they said. I looked up the riots, and the riots basically did open up a lot of opportunities for us as black people, because we were shut out of the main venue of America. We couldn't get jobs. The Army, the military was the way out for most of us, went to the military. But I looked at the riots, and the first one started in 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama. And then in 64, there were 6 riots. And then in 67, there was over 150 riots throughout America. And as we know, one of them, the city that had riots in 67 was Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And we also had riots in 68. Because we graduated that year.
Yep.
And Taft was the only school, public school, that got a chance to graduate, have the ceremony for graduation because of the riots. They closed everything down.
Now we had our graduation.
Y'all had our graduation?
What?
Taft was the only school
we had our graduation was over at UC.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we had our graduation at City Music Hall. I say City Hall, Music Hall. So all that to say all this, both of them had truth in what they said, what Pharaoh said and what Lindsay said. But the main thing is that the opportunities open up after the riot. Now, here in 2026, it appears that all those opportunities are being shut out again. So I hope that we understand that we got to work together in order to make things better for us. Thank you, Lincoln.
Thanks for your call. Somebody said the permit was for the parking lot owner. Okay. So, like I said, I think there's some confusion on what you can do with the permit and this and that. And they need to sit down face to face and talk about it. I don't know who J. Rod needs to meet with. Does he need to meet with the police? Does he need to meet with the city solicitor? Does he need to meet with the city council members? But somebody needs to sit down and talk, because I think there's some miscommunication going on with this whole thing. I don't know. All right. Let's go to a break, and then we'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships? Look no further than Dear Future Wifey. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this podcast is the perfect place to engage in thoughtful discussions about relationships. Join us on a journey of exploration and recovery as we explore the world of love and discover the secrets to successful relationships. Tune in every week for new episodes on the Urban One Podcast Network. Go to urbanonepodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-811-7033. 800-811-7033. 800-811-7033.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are you looking for a school where your child can thrive? Discover North Bend STEM Academy, Cincinnati's new tuition-free K-5 public charter school. At North Bend STEM Academy, students enjoy hands-on STEM learning, extended reading and math instruction, caring teachers, and a safe, supportive environment designed to help every child succeed. Free breakfast and lunch are provided, and enrollment is happening now. Give your child a strong start and a bright future. Visit northbendstemacademy.org and enroll today. Hey, yo, Cincy, you ready? This Friday, the parties everybody's talking about is at Megacorp Pavilion. It's Camo and Denim Night with the world-famous Kid Capri, DJ Wonder, and a live performance by Pink Gator. One night, one stage, one unforgettable experience. Rock your freshest camo and cleanest denim, grab your crew, and get your tickets to the hottest party of the summer at ccparty26.com. Use code FRIENDSHIP for a discount. It's Camo and Denim Night with Kid Capri this Friday night at Megacorp Pavilion. Be there. Tickets at ccparty26.com.
Don't leave us in the car. Take us with you. Go to your favorite app store, search WDBZ, and download the Buzz app today.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Let's see, we got Brent, Cecil, Thomas, Ray, Sister Dorothy, Stefan. I'm going to try to get to you before we get off here. We got Mona Jenkins and Jonathan Williams in the studio. There's a big event, the Woodson Walk in Walnut Hills. It's going to commemorate 100 years of Black history in Cincinnati. It's going to be a free 2-block walking tour this coming Friday from 10 to 4. I want to tell us a little bit about it. We'll start with you, Mona.
Hi, yes. So we are, with the conclave happening this weekend and Dr. Carter G. Woodson being a prominent member of Omega Psi Phi, we wanted to honor him, especially with this year being the 100-year anniversary of Black History Month, and him having a tie specifically to Walnut Hills. We wanted folks to understand the history of that connection and what do we do moving forward to honor that legacy and that connection.
And Jonathan, what's your involvement in this? I haven't seen you in a while, Jonathan.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to talk to you about this. I am an Omega, but I did this because Black history is important. No matter what your divine or other affiliations are, Black history is under attack. And we are interested to make sure that the history of Walnut Hills is amplified. Dr. Carter G. Woodson wrote his first expose, if you will, was the Journal of Negro History. And he talked about the first article was the Negro in Cincinnati prior to the Civil War. And he talked about 3 eras of the Black experience here, being one of toleration, one of persecution, and one of amelioration. And it's really important that the people from all over the country who are going to be here see Cincinnati and Walnut Hills on a national scale in a positive light.
And where will you start walking?
We'll start at the Cincinnati Federation of Colored Women's Club about 10 o'clock. We will go then next door to the Mance Hotel. We'll be there for about an hour. And then we'll walk down to the Harriet Beecher Stowe House. We'll be there for about an hour, and then we'll have a bus that will be available to some folks to take those to the business district so that they can do some shopping.
And that's this Friday from 10 to 4 p.m. Now, you're also going to have a dinner. Tell us about that.
Yes, so the dinner will be at 6:30 p.m. It's a ticketed event. And information is available online. And that is to have a celebration and a fundraiser for the scholarship fund for our youth.
Okay. All right. I mean, who came up with the idea to have this Woodson Walk in Walnut Hills? Who came up with that idea? That's a pretty good idea.
Well, thank you. Several people did, and I will certainly have to credit Dr. Charles Dillard, who was my inspiration. He gave me a document. He gave me the document, the Journal of Negro History, probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
I'm kind of a pack rat about history especially, and I kept it. And when it was the 100th year of anniversary of Dr. Woodson's work in Black history, and Omega's coming to town, and I'm a proud Omega man. I wanted to share the best side of Cincinnati, one of the best sides, with my brethren and their guests.
And I believe Dr. Dillard's wife or his parents or somebody must have been in the Cincinnati Federation of Colored Women's Club, because he's got a picture in there. They got a picture of him in the in that house there.
Right, and I was asked by the president, Maxine Robinson, to send out a shout out to Janet Cooper and Miss Louise Edwards, who are both very.
Miss Louise. Miss Louise was a member there too, huh? Okay, all right.
But this is a wonderful event, and we invite everybody to come. It's not just for Omegas, but it is for the entire community of Cincinnati. We've had some people reach out to us and say, "Wow, I've been a resident all my life, and I didn't realize that this was here."
So this takes place this coming Friday, folks. This coming Friday from 10 to 4. And like I said, it's going to take place right there at the Cincinnati Federation of Colored Women's Clubs. They've got a house right there on, what's the name of that street?
It's 1010 Chapel.
Chapel Street, Chapel Street. And they got the big monument out there in front of the Man's Hotel, big plaque out there.
All three historical locations.
Yes.
And there are three waves. I want to be sure that people understand. We start at 10. The first wave is at 10. The second one will be scheduled for 11. And the third one is at 12.
Okay. And Mrs. Jeanette Dillard is a member of the Cincinnati Colored Women's Club.
Yes, indeed.
I saw their picture, and they got some great pictures in there, too. If you take them inside there, look at some of the pictures they have in there.
Rich history.
Yes.
And
that's why
like Jonathan said, we just don't know.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we're so close to it, we just ignore it. So this is a time for us to go ahead and highlight that history and make sure that we're all aware of that.
All right.
Yeah.
And share it with an international audience.
There you go. Well, thank you both for joining me. Appreciate it. Did we get it all in? We got everything? Okay.
Hello, Doug Springs, my brother.
And Dorothy Springs is on there also.
Indeed.
I'll tell you that.
Nothing but love. People.
Thank you both for joining me. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right. All right, let's move along. 513. Actually, I shouldn't give the number because we got just a few minutes left. So, and the folks, if I don't get to you, you have a free pass to call in tomorrow. Let's see, we've got Cecil Thomas, Brent, Ray, Stefan, Dorothy. Call me back tomorrow. We'll get you in there. Hold on, who do I want to go to? Cecil Thomas, what's up?
Hey, Lincoln, I'll call back tomorrow. I got a story to tell about WCIN.
Okay.
And how it benefited me. And I'll call back tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a little bit more.
All right.
Go and get the other call.
Call me back tomorrow. Dorothy can call me back tomorrow. We'll get to her. Stefan.
What's up, Brother Lincoln? And calling on about this permit. You need a permit in front of Paycor Stadium, brother. In front of Paycor Stadium, you need a permit. For any food truck, any vendors in front of Paycor Stadium. I was there last year.
Well, you need one anywhere, don't you? If you have a vendor's truck, you need a permit. You need something. You just can't drive a truck down there and set up without something.
You say down there. That's on the bank.
Downtown.
Let me give it to you.
Okay,
Lincoln.
give it to me.
I was there in 2025, Brother Lincoln, September, when they passed this. The Food Trucks Association was a part of this. They spoke about this. Like, no, y'all can't do this. So they had a curfew Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 1 a.m. in the morning. And it say, exception. These rules apply to street side right-of-ways, operations, and do not affect food trucks parked private property or off roads. So he could have did that.
Mm-hmm.
You making up rules for black people as we go. Every time we have an event, something going on for black people, there's always a daggone loophole somewhere.
Yeah.
Playing black people. This stuff got to stop, Lincoln. That man could have parked in that parking lot, that private parking lot. He talked to a lawyer just before he did that.
Yeah.
Evidently, he did that, and they wrong for doing that, man. We keep in play. All our community leaders, I keep saying it. Quit kissing these people asses and start helping people for real.
All right.
Our kids gonna suffer, Lincoln.
Stefan,
with all the stuff they doing.
I'll
Lincoln.
give you
Anyway, I
permit.
call tomorrow.
You can call tomorrow. I'll give you permission to call tomorrow. Thanks for your call. Brent.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good. What's up?
Not too much, not too much. It sounds like there were no events like what occurred last year with the White Russian and with any big fights or anything. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Have you heard from Ron Dula to see if he was involved in another skirmish?
No, I haven't heard from him.
All right. And with the low T, follow the money. I bet one of Trump's children or someone attached to Hex has money tied up in a pharmaceutical company that could be supplying those testosterone shots that folks shouldn't be getting if they don't need it. As you heard from the doctor, you can do things to help keep their get their health back
but
where
you
it
have to
should
do
be.
a whole lot of that to bring it up. You just can't go to the gym 1 to 2 days a week. You got to really do some serious working out and some serious watching what you eat.
Yes, you should want to stay in shape, just like with sugar diabetes. You can get that under control instead of just taking an easy route.
Everybody wants to go. This is the microwave society. Everybody wants instant gratification, and I think I'd rather just take the pills or the shot to get it up there, get my testosterone level up, than to try to work it up there. Nobody wants to lose weight. They want to take the shot. They lose the weight. Simple as that.
Instant gratification can have long-term consequences.
Oh boy!
But
All
you
right.
have a good one, Uncle Lincoln.
Thanks for your call, Ray.
What's up, Lincoln? I didn't hold on for an hour for 30 seconds. Can I call back tomorrow?
Yes, you can, Ray. Yes, you
But
can.
can I give you a brief overall view?
Yes, you can.
It sounds like the organizer, it sounded like, Lincoln, the city didn't want them down there anyway. They already had vendors. It sounded like the organizer did an end around to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And park and set up there, not a loophole, but an end around. And then the city got wind of it, threatened the parking lot owner with his license, and that was that. But Lincoln, let me ask you this: Do you think like over in Kentucky, I think they either had the Italian Fest or the Ghetto Fest, and I don't think they closed at 11 o'clock.
Right.
And,
Well,
so what you
that
were
was
saying
in
about
another
the
city.
and-
That was
and
in
the
another
vendors-
city altogether. But I think that was over at 11. I believe that Ghetto Fest was over at 11. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I think it was.
Yeah. Lincoln, does the if the vendors have to close down at 11, do the restaurants have to close at 11?
Probably not. I wouldn't say they would have to close at 11. But yeah, that 11 o'clock, that needs to be looked at again and see what's going on. I'm surprised nobody has challenged them on that. But I think that's a little early for somebody operating a food truck business to be shutting down.
Okay, I'll call tomorrow. All right, Lincoln.
All right. Thanks for your call. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up for Monday. Man, and we had a whole lot of people left, and I couldn't get to you. Those folks, if you are on hold, please, you can call me back tomorrow. You get a free pass on the Lincoln Ware Show. That's going to wrap it up for me. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 10, right here on 1230, The Buzz. All right. Woo! As an Army reservist, free testosterone, the flagpole will be raised. Okay, Terrence Harrison. All right. Oh, boy. Dwight, it's an ordinance that passed. Okay. In NOA weather, we weren't treating them like that on Oktoberfest. Everybody, the love train. 11 a.m. is extremely early. Trucks should get until 12 a.m. I feel J-Raj, it's a private lot. The city should mind their business. Even the lot has to have a permit. The private lot had a permit. So if you have a permit, it's really not private. You know what I mean? Private. If you had to have a permit. So there you go. All right. Y'all listen to Stefan if you want your truck towed. What you leave? Oh, man, I tell you. Gee. Left his bag in here. How much money you got in that bag? I was going to go through that bag and then bring it back to you and take a couple of $100,000 out. All right, Jonathan. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right. All right. They don't need a permit if they meet the criteria. Okay. Avondale is gone. That's hospital land. Stefan will have a mouthful to say tomorrow. City overstepped. All right. All right, folks. I got a meeting to go to. Veteran Service Commission meeting I got to go to. So I will check y'all out tomorrow. I'm going to try to get somebody from the city and talk about these permits if they'll come. You know, they're afraid to talk down in the city. They are afraid to talk. I did see the chief of police over the weekend. He says he'll come on. He's ready to talk. So we'll talk to the chief. I got to make a call. They said, call me Monday, and we'll set it up. So I'm calling the chief, and I saw him down in the at the festival. He was at the festival. So we'll get that set up. All right. All right. So, folks, we are out of here. Check you out tomorrow. You can go ahead and kill the stream, The Real Terrence Howard.